Dude, all this like content creator rush stuff kind of reminds me of my first time. Do you any of you guys know what I'm talking about? Here, I'll just cover Steven's segment talking about this because it is a complete nothing burger that he somehow turned into a something burger. God, Steven's so fucking retarded. Oh my god. He'd really be like, oh, I don't have enough drama, okay? No, actually, I want the most drama. Drama? Horrible. Want to avoid that, okay? Orbiter infighting? Yes. Yes! I'm getting too old for this, man. I remember something like this before when I was in Karantos' audience when everybody was in a rush to be the one content creator who makes it because they want to get on Kick or Keep like every single episode. This is a stupid drama. Seriously, it's really stupid, okay? So this originated as, okay, we're going to have the people who are streaming movies in DG Chat. Now, DG Chat is Steven's mainstream chat and his offline chat as well, but people use it for other purposes. For example, sometimes my embed will come up, but most of the times it's for things like anything else, or movie nights and whatever. PRSEK here is somebody that I had beef with before, but we buried it. He also streams late night as well. And it's also offline chat. How's that work? Well, the chat is just there. It's kind of like a general chat if it's like a Discord. It's like a Discord server where there's only one channel. And yes, it's that fucking retarded, okay? And everybody wants to participate in the channel. So everyone's going to start complaining about it. It's so stupid. Anyway, so now we're here, okay? At the end of this, Steven was just kind of like, oh, well, let's just address all the fucking problems with DG chat then. And you guys know I love talking about the problems with DG chat. Okay, stop. Yeah, he's like, okay, we're going to talk about everything. So here we are, okay? I'm going to break like 10 different peace treaties I've made with different content creators. But I don't care. I'm joking. I'm not going to do that. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I love PRSEK's profile picture thing.
Having kind of offline. And I was
kind
telling
of
them, hey, you
funny.
guys should just wait for Destiny to say something about
Thank
it.
you.
So that's what I said yesterday and also the day before that. And now you're dragging me on stream saying, hey, man, what should we do about it?
Well, hold on.
So
I'm sorry. Wait. Stop.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't know that this was so hard to understand. My bad. I'm not saying that you are going to be the sole determining thing and that we're doing. I'm trying to get feedback because it's legitimately, there's a lot of different people who are like in contention or different groups that are in contention of like how it should be. So I'm just curious what your ideas are. You're not the final deciding voice on it. I was just curious what you thought about it.
Yeah. Okay, well, if you have a question about offline chat, I can answer that question about offline chat, but I'm not going to be able to like just give you a solution because it's not really going to be up to me. Whenever it comes to like, offline chat, though, my input is that like the people who are in your chat right now are definitely like majority, not even the people who are in your offline chat for the most part.
PRSEK just got away with streaming to thousands of people when he's not supposed to, and Destiny was like, teehee, oops. I don't mind PRSEK. I actually think he's entertaining, but what these orbiters are able to get away with are ridiculous. Hey, I mean, like, if he's got staying power, then he's got staying power, okay? He got Hosei Rinlocks, why? Then isn't that by design? No? I feel like if it was actually a problem, I think it would have been brought up by now. Because he's been doing that for a while now, no? PRSEK just lied to Destiny straight up on those streams when he asked if PRSEK was streaming over people. I think he overlaps with the end of my stream, I do believe. I do believe he does overlap with the end of my stream, but I also overlap with the end of Steven's stream. So it's like, is that something you're not supposed to do? I'm so confused. Like, I don't even know what the rules are. It's so stupid. I heard PRSEK say on stream he would be the first one on and the last one to end. Oh, okay. To be fair, I did hear that. I mean, I would have to ask him about it. Yeah. Wait, what? So why is this a drama against PRSEK? I thought this was a thing overall for all content creators or something, like in this sphere. I'm so confused. But like, why did they give it to anyone? He's the only one besides AE that can read DG chat. Oh, well, yeah, to be fair. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that is kind of a little bit unfair at the time because I think that I can't get away with reading DG chat. Like every single time I read DG chat, I think that there's somebody tagging Bing and then Bing is all like, Foodshops, you're not allowed to see DG. I'm like, ugh, come on, man.
And honestly, like the people who are talking right now in your chat are not the people who really care. I think that the people don't know what they want, to be quite honest. People never really know what they want. People always say, hey, I want this, but then they'll just complain about that anyway. I think that people should watch whatever the fuck that they want to watch.
I don't really have any, like, strong feelings towards any of this, so I'll have to dig more and see, I guess.
Well, so the issue is not watching stuff. The issue is like
not, yeah.
who's allowed to like hijack DGG chat, basically, right? That's like the big.
Who's allowed to read DGG chat?
Which means
As somebody who literally never hijacks DG chat, I can say for sure I have literally no stake in this. I'm not popular in DG chat for good reasons, and it lets me remain unbiased, okay?
Hijacking for the
while they
stream. Right?
Yeah, sure, but like there's people who technically hijack DGG chat unintentionally. Like when Darius streams, DGG chat is hijacked, even if he isn't going to read it.
Sure, but that's a way. Well, wait, what do you mean when you say hijacked?
When I
If Darius is
I do, because Steven opened up. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm too old as a content creator to like care about shit like that anymore. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I'm fighting with kick chat every time your name is mentioned. Jesus Christ, you don't have to do that, but thank you. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just like, it's one of these things where it's like, you know, the longer that you spend in this space, the more you kind of, your eyes kind of glaze over and you're like, yeah, it's one of these. It's one of these days, isn't it? Everyone is bored. There's no drama going on, so we're just gonna make up drama now, you know, and then present it as if it's like real drama. I don't fucking know, bro. Yeah, the pyromaniac smithing superheat does not require prayer points. Oh yeah, good.
They
and
hijacked,
you
I
are
mean,
not
the
live, Darius
whole-
is not embed.
No,
Sorry,
no,
yes,
what it
me.
is.
When
Sorry,
I say
yes,
I'm sorry, when I'm thinking of hijacked, I'm thinking of like the streamer is reading and responding to that chat, and people are typing in that.
Oh, I think the snarkers pop in. Yeah. No, they. By the way, I think out of every single Destiny orbiter, I think it's me that they're the most invested in destroying, because I think that I don't know, man. Like I feel like if they get rid of any other Steven orbiter, it's like, okay, but Foodshops is still there. I don't know. I wish I got more benefit out of DG chat, but I am definitely, I definitely feel the most underappreciated. I will say that. Like I will not deny that. Yeah.
With the goal of like the streamer saying, but I understand what you're saying. Like XQC, you would argue
yeah.
sometimes like hijacks chat, even though he's not like reading.
That is what I'm
right?
saying.
Okay.
Yes, like the chat will.
Dan's probably the running for target number 1 for the snarkers. Ooh, you sure? I think if you were to be the most charitable, I think I would say that me and Dan are neck and neck. But I think that's if you're being the most charitable. I think if you're being kind of just normal, middle of the zone about it, I don't know, man, bro. You don't know, man. Like it's just crazy.
Talk about
bro.
just that, and it is hijacked.
But here's the
I don't
thing,
think
is that
you'll
there's like
realize
a
how
specific
crazy
group of
it
people,
was,
there's
like-
probably like 10 or 20 people total that are
know.
extremely fucking loud about not wanting like any embeds at night or not wanting anything happening at all in DGG chat after hours whenever you're not live. But the reality is that anytime that Darius goes live, people watch Darius. Anytime that I go live, people watch me. Anytime that there's anything fucking happening anywhere, there's always going to be people watching this shit. When there's movies, people watch movies. But like the thing is that there's like a small group of people that are incredibly fucking loud about offline chat and wanting like to purify it or keep the sanctity of offline chat. And I understand it, but at that point, like this isn't the place for that, I don't think, anymore.
I kind of agree here. I think that like you should let the people watch what they want. I guess the issue comes down into like, should they be able to read DGG chat? I think the people who want like the old days of offline chat where there's like 3 of them hanging out and talking to each other, they should just go to Discord.
Damn.
I have an idea. Technical idea.
Oh no.
Tell us, Dan. We're very interested in hearing it.
We're waiting
Sure,
for you to
we're
speak.
listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how about this as an idea? There's a new chat option, okay? And it's basically a setting where whatever embed you're watching, the chat, you could choose to just see the chat messages for that specific embed, okay? And then the idea, oh, hold on. The idea would be that there is no more hosting. It is simply, hold on, you're not hearing, I understand this, that there's that specific function, but there isn't the one to segment it off. So the idea is that whatever is embedded as the first thing would be whichever one had the most viewers. So right now, the kick embed has
Well, how about, oh my god, but how about don't make it a competition? How about don't make it a competition? Why does there have to be like, oh, whatever gets the most viewers gets slid to the left? Why is that ever a good idea in a fucking competitive streaming environment ever? Am I the only one that's asking this question? What? Why doesn't anybody bring this up? I feel like that's the source of all of our problems and evil. I feel like that's where all the evil comes from. All the evil, unironically, comes from the fact that it's a fucking popularity contest. It's just kick or keep. It's just kick or keep. It's just kick or keep. You vote to keep, not kick. It's just kick or keep all over again. And I've played kick or keep before.
the most viewers, so it would be the default
Man.
it would be the default thing that's when you go to the website, even if it's not /hosted, right?
I don't think you exactly want that though, because I think Steve should have some level of like.
Kind of like how streamers big enough. Yeah, you have to keep in mind that everyone here, including me, by the way, everybody has their own interests, because you have to think about, because I don't think people care about like whether or not they're consistent in this instance, because when it comes down to the very core of it, it really just comes down to this, right? Like if you peel away all the onion layers of morals and ethics and values, none of it means anything in the face of viewership, right? Right? And I'm saying this to you guys because, well, I like, even for viewership alone, I have to express this idea to you guys because I think that if I am honest and self-invested in my own like fucking viewers and stuff like that, I have to be honest about that, right? And in addition, it raises my viewership because that's what my brand is built off on, right? My brand is built off on telling it as it is. So if I didn't tell it as it is, that would not be building upon my viewership, right? So even me telling the truth and being super autistically honest with you guys is going to be on brand, right? Like technically speaking, on brand, right? So even that is in of itself kind of self-serving, right? Like when it comes to principles and stuff, right? No? You guys understand? I'm saying this because you don't delude yourselves into thinking I'm the only like good or moral, ethical streamer in this space, or something. I don't know. But just but I think it's important to think. I think it's important to think that when you're watching this with me, that everybody in here has their own like little agenda. If I had perms, I would also be advocating for my agenda. It's complicated. Okay.
Curating who his community is
Well,
watching.
yeah, you could be on a list. That's fine. So he has like a list of like if you're in one of these 20.
Because remember, when it really does come down to the core of it, that's just ultimately what it boils down to. Okay, morals, ethics, that goes out the window when it comes to viewership.
Channels, whoever's number one will be number one. But so if you come,
Summer. Hello, Raccoon.
I think the issue really stems from this. It's not like
I do think I am lucky. I will say I am lucky in another way that actually enables me to say something like this. The reason why I don't have to force myself to cater to DG chat is because I create videos, right? I create videos, people watch these videos, and then they tune into my stream. I get to have access to Destiny's YouTube chat, which is what? Which is a unique audience, right? Because Destiny's YouTube audience, his YouTube fan base, is not the same at all with DGG chat. Why? Because if you're a stream watcher, you'll be watching stream VODs, and you would be watching Steven every single day from DGG chat. If you're a video watcher, you probably have a job. You probably have things to do. You probably need to handle stuff like during the daytime. You don't have time to be actively chatting. Like, you don't want to be caught by your boss if you're actively chatting, right? You're not going to be doing shit like that. So instead, you're going to be a video watcher. When Steven raids into me, that is a very unique boon. That's a very unique boon that you can't just get from appealing to DG chat. It's not possible. These are not the same audiences. No. Okay? Understand? So when people are in a mad frenzy over DG chat, this is why I feel less investment when people tell me to appeal more to DG chat, because it's like, well, I have this other side that doesn't like force me to compromise what I do or say. Does that make sense? Which I hope lends to the fact that, you know, I like to be honest about DG chat, right? That allows me to be honest about DG chat, because I imagine that if somebody were to truly seek their approval, what would happen is that they would hedge a lot. They would not, I wouldn't say they would be lying, but I'm saying that people are able to exaggerate or under exaggerate, right? Does that make sense? Or downplay. Sorry, downplay. Yeah? I only found you through a Destiny debate? Cool. Good stuff.
who can /host themselves. The problem is that
No one's talking about hosting. People are talking about who can read the chat while they stream.
A lot of people did apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have a different view. I think people are upset because there's movie streamers that get fucking unbelievable.
But to be fair, okay, just to make it extra fair, you might be thinking, okay, but Foodshops, aren't you at a special advantage because he raised into you on YouTube, which is like crazy? His YouTube has the most viewership. It's not his Kick that has the most viewership. It's his YouTube that has the most viewership in comparison, right? Like, isn't that crazy? Well, yes, until you think about the fact that I did grind for years, making my own videos, making videos after stream is over, staying up past midnight to edit videos, and then editing the next day, and then making every single thumbnail every single day, okay? Putting in the work with little payout, okay? Little output, little payout. Fighting the snarkers on my own without Destiny support, right? So you have to ask yourself, what came first, the chicken or the egg? When people go, Foodshops, you wouldn't have any of this if it weren't for Steven. No, I think Steven recognized talent that was already there, okay? I think Steven recognized hard work when it was already there. Because when you go back and you see when Steven came into my life, you can see all the fucking anti-snarking videos that came before it. You can see all of the fucking same fucking thing that I am doing right now. It's just that he thinks that, okay, well, there should be more like attention being put on this person, so I'll just give it to Foodshops, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I hopefully I'm making that clear, okay? On one, I am humble bragging, right? I am absolutely bragging, but I think I have the right to brag, okay? Number two, I do have an advantage that people might describe as unfair to other, like, orbiters, but at the same time, I think it's entirely fair based off of the work that I put in. I think that a lot of people are expecting something out of nothing, and it isn't that I was Steven's friend first, and then I got my content creator status afterwards, right? Is my content creator status first for years, right? And then it is connecting with Steven, right? The order is important because, yeah, the order is important because one shows a genuine passion for content creation. The other shows either passion or opportunism, right? Which, by the way, opportunity is great, but it's just, I don't know. I think there's something very nice about real passion in content creation. When I do content creation, I feel real passion, which is why I always try to upgrade my commentary, upgrade my rhetoric, upgrade everything I try to do. This is why it is important to me, okay? Because there is real passion behind that. I'm very passionate about this kind of stuff, okay? But yeah, anyway.
Unbelievably ass mad when the entire chat isn't forced to watch movies with them.
No, I think that might happen. But I think what people are more mad at is for some people, there's a huge divergence in the community actually between like movies and like stream things. But the issue is like if some people are allowed to read chat and respond to it, and then others aren't, and we enforce that like pretty brutally, people start to feel like there's like a double standard, and then they have a bad, that's just not having some consistent way by which we decide who's allowed to read and respond to chat while they're streaming. That's an issue that we haven't decided on.
Also, just because I made peace with PRSEK doesn't mean I can't criticize him, okay? All right. Like I just don't think critique should lead to actual beef. Because I do want to say what's on my mind, like just in case, but yeah, just want to put that ahead of time, okay? Again, it's not as personal attacks. It is only because I'm watching this content and I'm live reacting. I also criticize Dan all the time. Even though I criticize both Dan and Mutin actually all the time, even though like again we're not beefing or anything like that, and they're free to do the same. I don't care. Okay, yeah, fine.
I just feel like the chat segmentation and the default, the defaults change everything, right? Like the default activity for everyone until you click off, people adapt to that. That's really that's all that matters. So if everyone knows that if you're on an embed, that the default experience is that other people won't see that chat unless you click into that embed itself, and that the main DGG chat, or not the main DGG chat, but like a second embed will have its own chat. I think that's a good solution, technical solution. Like this all stems, as I said, I've seen it for a long time. I don't know why you guys are acting like you don't do it. The case people get upset because it's movie night. What the fuck? Go offline. It's like, bro, you can stream. You don't need me to go stream movies. Like you can stream a movie right now, but they get really upset because they want to force everyone to
Dan's not understanding what's happening.
I don't think this is the issue at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in Dan's defense, it kind of is. I mean, there are definitely.
Also, by the way, one of the reasons why it is so fucking important that the anti-fans try to take me down in particular is because of one thing that I don't really see other what do you mean wrench? Is it loading bad analysis? Anyway, it is because there is one thing that I do that other orbiters don't really do, okay? You can guess what it is? It's not something that's metaphorical, it's very practical and physical. It is very specifically tarot readings. No, I'm kidding, joking. No, it's making videos. Making videos. If you make a stream and nobody watches it until, you know, Steven's audience watches it, what are you making that stream for? What are you making that stream for? The reason why you make streams as a content creator is because you want to make videos out of it, right? So when I counter the snarkers, it's going to be very meaningless if I only make streams off of it. If I also make videos off of it, that has staying power. That has staying power in the algorithm. Which is why, right, you want to go after the people who are making videos, right? You don't want to go after the people who only stream and don't make videos because they have no staying power. They don't have the power to change the discourse based off of what video that they release. I pay 2 editors. I'm very serious about this shit. So I recognize the power that videos hold, right? People can pop on stream, but the thing is that that's what truly separates me, and that's just the truth. I'm sorry, but you have to make videos if you actually want to influence the discourse and spread your influence as a content creator. Okay.
Like movie chatters and like movies, like a large contention with the people who are
You have
embedded
to, okay?
as streamers in
You have
DGG is that like when other things are going on, like people can stream over it. It is.
Otherwise, you are going to be dependent on one person fucking
It is a
forever.
little
Actually,
Well, yeah, but I feel like
the problem is like the big one of reading DGG.
I feel like the issue is that maybe I don't know, I could be wrong, I'm not in these chats as much, but I feel like the issue is not so much that like movie chatters want everybody watching the movie, it's that the people that aren't watching the movie want to talk about something different. So then what happens is they start getting mad at the movie chatters, and then the movie chatters in response to that tell them you should just watch the movie, whatever.
Happen.
You don't think that's...
Nobody gets mad at the movie chatters at all. It is genuinely the movie streamers and the chatters who absolutely get ass mad that their thing is not the priority. That is how it works.
It should just be dynamic. Literally, like whatever's the main content should be, I mean, sorry, you can have things that are whitelisted.
PRSEK, I can hear you, Dan, through your fucking mic, man.
There can be like
I cannot. Okay.
a whitelisted thing, because obviously you don't want people to come to DGG and it's just like some fucking kick booty stream, right? So there can be a whitelisted set of streamers that go in there, and that's something you can discuss who gets in there, who doesn't. But I just think it should be dynamic. Like whatever has the most viewers when people come to DGG, that should be what people are watching, and like that's it. And there is no more what the fuck, it's movie night, why are you streaming? It's like, go watch your movies. Second tab right there, click in. No one's stopping you. And then
Mood's so mad. I love him. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know any of their relationships. They could have beef. They couldn't have beef. But you know, Mooten, he just fucks around, right? So, probably just being teasy. Okay. Snuggerate, because you're the smartest of the orbiters. Okay, that is a little bit too glazy, Stumbling. You got to make it more believable. Come on. Because I'm the smartest of all the orbiters. Okay, dude. Okay, just because I personally believe it doesn't mean it's true, okay?
their chat doesn't harass.
Fuck
Hold on,
you.
their chat isn't harassing the person in the first slot. The person in the first slot isn't harassing the one in the second slot.
Shut up.
The issue all stems from the fact that they don't want anyone else watching anything. They want all of chat to watch the same thing. That's literally it.
Okay, well, here's the thing then. I don't want to be hosted because I want people to like watch whatever the hell that is that they want to watch. If Darius is live and I'm live at the same time, and Darius is doing better content or he's doing something that's more interesting, that's cool. And then if you go live and you self-host, then I mean you're kind of taking away the choice.
Number one narcissist.
And I understand that was like a little bit of like a troll, which was funny.
See what you're saying there is actually the point, right?
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. If we go live, we don't need to self-host.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying here. It's like the hosting thing doesn't matter. But you're upset. You're like, Dan, if you go live, it's gonna kill the movie stream, and then the movie streamers will lose their shit. Why?
Well, the movie streamers are the ones that get upset. I don't get upset.
Why? Yeah, but why would they get upset?
Because they just don't have like the unilateral control over the chat. Everyone watches movies at the exact same time.
Yeah, well, yes, right. The reason that movie streamers get so fucking upset.
Okay, so you have to keep in mind here. Again, think about the motivations here. Okay, why do you think Dan is pushing back right here? Okay, use your intuition, use your human intuition, and think about why they are saying the things that they're saying. Right? Dan is saying this because he doesn't need, because I bet that if Dan and Mooten, right, had to deal with most of the DG chat not actually watching their stream, how do you think Dan would react, right? Because here's the thing, I don't think anybody in this space disagrees with Dan's ego, right? Does anybody disagree with this? Am I the only one who's saying this, or am I? This isn't me trying to roast him or something, okay? I'm just saying, like, this is just the truth. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, but like, Dan is like infamous in this space for his ego, bro. Like, I'm sorry. This is not. I don't mean this as like an attack or anything. He's just a very he has a very large ego.
That
Okay?
when Darius goes live during movie night or what.
But like, think about it. He is pushing back against this because why? Because he doesn't understand how this is a problem, right? He doesn't understand how this is a problem. It's not a problem for him, so why should anyone have a problem with it, right?
Ever is because now the entire chat is not forced to watch the movie. That's it. That's it.
Right?
It all comes down to that. I don't know. Like, yeah.
I get. Is it really that they're not forced to watch a movie, or does it have more
Yes.
to do with that? Like there are other chatters then that disrupt the movie chatters watching the movie.
It would be the second what you just said.
Okay.
I assume that is why movie chatters get upset. Yes.
Well, I thought this option already existed to just only have the chat for that, but they still get complained.
Is that an option that
There's an
exists?
eye icon that you can click, and then I guess it'll just go for the chat for that.
By the way, you'll never see this ever in the space, but a content creator that is advocating for a take that is not their own interests. Okay, I just don't think I ever see that, but that's fine because that's what you're expected to do. Okay, but you're never going to see someone who's advocating for other people's interests that is against their own. Okay, that is never going to happen ever in the space ever, and that's not a bad thing. I think that's what's supposed to happen because in a capitalism-based society, it's called competition. Okay, and we call trying to restrict other people. What do we call them? Anti-competition practices. Okay, just like how Apple designs USB drives that are not compatible with other USB slots, right? So you're going to be trying to advocate for rules that are not compatible with other people, but are compatible with yourself and puts others at a disadvantage, right?
Movie? I don't know. That's what people are saying in chat.
Yeah, highlight messages from users watching the same stream.
No.
I guess the idea-
It can't be. You
That's
can't have people in the same chat room, like just ignoring half the chat. That's always like a fucking nightmare.
Retarded.
Well, the idea is that you could add a new setting to the chat. And I don't think this would be very difficult, but basically there would be a new setting, and it's like either show all chat or only show people watching my chat, and it would hide all messages unless they're in your embed that watching the same one as you, and that solves the issue, I think.
Well, but you don't ever want a chat room where people are typing at each other, not even sure if people are seeing the same messages, right?
Well, that's why the default can be for everything off.
Why
or
you
everything
can't? It's
on.
not. You don't ever want it. I don't know why you're saying the default. You don't ever want this to be a behavior that anybody can choose or participate in. It's not about it being
I mean,
the default.
then why do we have multiple embeds at the top if that's the case? Because that's always going to happen then, right? So it's just
What?
people are going to spam chat.
No. What I'm saying is you don't ever want a chat room where some people are typing messages, not even knowing if other people are seeing them or not.
Shadow messages.
Well, the idea is that for each embed, right now we just show the name in the site that it's on. You could
Now, I'll explain why Dan is giving the answers that he is doing. I'll explain why Steven is the way that he is, okay? So, Steven, right here, the reason why he specifically is trying to remain impartial is because, number one, he has presented his brand as somebody who is a moderator, someone who is like trying to mediate everything, someone who tries to remain impartial, tries to be more charitable, whatever, okay? So that's part of his branding, number one. Number two is that he actually doesn't lose from any decision being made. So where is the loss in trying to bring up and steel man different concerns, right? So no matter what, Steven knows that if he goes live, everyone in specifically the Destiny embed, specifically for him, everyone's going to go watch him. So why the fuck would he ever have an issue, right? Because it's literally fucking DG chat. It's for him, right? But I wonder, here's what I wonder, okay? What if Steven is an orbiter of a bigger content creator? Would he be saying the same thing? And you know what I think? I think it's a 50-50 toss-up. I do think so. I do think it's a 50-50 toss-up. If he has to orbit another person, I don't think anyone is immune to this, ever, okay? I believe in human nature above one individual profound human being, okay? I think it's a toss-up. Whether or not he's going to be trying to advocate for rules, not steel manning, and not actually advocating for stuff and whatever the fuck, right? Because why would you ever work against your own interests? It just makes no sense, right? Now, here's the thing, okay? Because again, he is at the top of the food chain, right? So he gets to advocate for these things. Okay, so he's in a position to do that. Okay, fine. So we can at least assume that Steven in this situation is hopefully, fingers crossed, impartial, right? Impartial. Now, Dan, he is not in that position. The reason why Dan has an audience is because he's Steven's friend, okay? Now listen to this again.
So show all chat or only show people watching my chat, and it would hide all messages unless they're in your embed that watching the same one as you, and that solves the issue, I think.
Well, but you don't ever want a chat room where people are typing at each other, not even sure if people are seeing the same messages, right?
Well, that's why the default can be for everything off.
Why
or
you
everything
can't? It's
on.
not. You don't ever want it. I don't know why you're saying the default. You don't ever want this to be a.
Why do you think Dan has a problem with that? The answer might be more subtle than you think it is. The reason why Dan might have a problem with that is because if you have different channels, if you have different chat channels for every single stream, he's worried that it's not going to bring in people who are just coming into the chat to see what's going on. Because if you have everyone talking about anything else in the one chat room, the people who are completely new to the space, or they are, let's just say they are, they just came in, they just logged on, well, they're going to see what everyone is talking about. So of course, they're not going to turn down free advertising, right? Of course, they don't want that ability to have random people happen to see their anything else stream at the very top. Like, of course, they don't want to take away that part, right? Because to them, that's free advertising. That's free advertising, right? Make sense? Of course. Of course, everything makes sense. So, again, motivations, right? Motivations, important.
Behavior that anybody can choose or participate in. It's not about it being
I mean,
the default.
then why do we have multiple embeds at the top, if that's the case? Because that's always going to happen then, right? So it's just
What?
people are going to spam chat.
No. What I'm saying is you don't ever want to chat.
Why do we have multiple embeds? Why do you think he says this too? Because he knows that anything else would at least be allowed if everything else was banned. If all the other embeds were banned, all the other embeds were gone, then at least anything else would be at the top and that will not lose out, right? Again, motivations, okay? Motivations and what they want for their business, okay?
Room
Right.
where some people are typing messages not even knowing if other people are seeing them or not.
Shadow messages.
Well, the idea is that for each embed, right now we just show the name in the site that it's on. You could also show how many people are watching that.
Hello.
You could even do a user list if you want for each embed as well. Like that's
I
like
feel like at this point you would just create a separate chat. Like you would just have it branch off into different chats for each thing. I think it would make more sense.
I think that like the movie streamers, I think they have a place and everything, but I think it should be if we want it to be stringent that no one can stream over them, etc., then they can't also have like 10 hours a day on the weekends. They should have like 2 or 1 to 2 movies, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and then it's just the movie, and then everybody will know.
It's not all it's AEM PRSEK. Yeah, sure. I agree. I do think that is a valid critique for PRSEK. Sure.
Like, oh, we come in at the movie time.
I do think so. Okay.
Sure, then I guess the question is, can people ever agree on like a schedule for that and time zones and stuff? Or is that going to be like an
Okay, I'll throw a nuke in.
But to be fair, from PRSEK's perspective, why should he point it out, right? Like, are you really going to say, okay, I'm going to point out an advantage that I have that everybody else does not have? Why would you ever do that? Of course, they're going to be trying to sneak away with it, right? Of course you will, right? The only thing you can't do is that you can't pretend as if you never knew, right? And you can't try to moralize over it and put others to a different standard that you put yourself. That is when it becomes a problem, okay? But like having advantage and keeping that advantage for yourself, that's fine. I don't care.
No, fuck it. Okay,
Yeah, go.
I'm throwing the nuke down. The nuke down. Here's the nuke. Here's the question. This is the question people want answered. Why is it that I'm allowed to interact with DGG chat in this instance, but then someone like DRT0 is not? This is the question. This is like what people want the answer to.
Well, this is what we're trying to figure out right now, right? The answer I got earlier is it seemed like
What
some
is the
people
answer to
just
this
had like special permissions, but I don't think that's very satisfying.
See, here's the thing, okay? When will somebody advocate for me? Holy shit. Oh, actually, no, I actually have one of the strongest advocates in this entire fucking space. Never mind. Okay, okay. How did I even forget about deeds, man?
I think
Oh
that
my
would only
God.
lead to intense
Never
ass
mind.
pain. So I think that probably shouldn't be the standard. Right?
Bing, what are your thoughts?
You say Bing or Dan?
Bing.
That's why. Oh,
Dan.
Well, as I understand
Oh, I
it,
thought you
there's
said Bing, my
revenue
bad.
tied to this, so I'm not the final arbiter here.
Nobody, why do
know, man.
they keep saying that? Mooten?
Dude, it's just
Why
about
are they doing
getting
that?
Your take.
Sorry,
I know
I'm just
one's
kidding. It's okay,
asking you to make the
No,
whole
it's okay. Stop.
decision.
Don't get mad. Stop. Okay. Stop, Mooten. Well, you're freaking out for no reason.
I don't really give a shit if everyone talks to fucking DGG chat personally. I don't know why it even
Okay.
fucking matters. I feel like it's a old
What do you mean
rule
why does it
that
matter? Because
RTBA
it
got
boosts
mad.
the engagement on their stream a ton.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Nope. If everybody is talking with a DG chat, number one, okay, if they're not chatting in YouTube chat, that doesn't boost their YouTube algorithm, number one. And number two, it doesn't give them more money on Kick. So when people chat on Kick, it greatly increases the KCIP, the Kick Partnership Program chatter money, okay? And on YouTube, not only does it give you money when people are tuning into your YouTube, but it also it also boosts you in the algorithm, which is very, very important. Okay, that's even more valuable than the money, actually. So again, this is something that Steven does not understand, but now he does, right? Hopefully.
Yes.
But yeah.
Oh, so we want that to be the
Wait,
case,
actually,
then.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't anymore. I've thought this through, actually. If you let people talk to DGG chat, people will talk to DGG chat like...
When I talk to DG chat, because somebody, when somebody mentions me in DG chat and I talk to them, it's not because I'm like, okay, well, you should actually go over to my Kick chat. No, I'm responding to them out of convenience, right? Because chances are, if you were to end up in Kick chat or you were to end up in YouTube chat, then why are you still in DG chat? Chances are you're in DG chat because you're there to stay. Well, if you're there to stay, okay, then fine. That's a compromise I can make. I can just simply respond back to you without mentioning your name or something. Okay? Oh, someone in DG chat said this. So then I can pray that Bean doesn't notice. Okay? All right.
No one will come to the Kick stream.
Okay,
The whole
but
point of
gives you a
like, not
jumping off
interacting with DG. Wait. The whole point of like telling people, hey, you're not going to interact with DG chat. It doesn't really make any sense whenever you're trying to like control for engagement in another stream. Because if they want to watch these people, then what they're going to do if they want to interact with the streamer is just go to their Kick chat, like what Darius asks his chatters to do, because he can't interact with DG chat. And then those people go into Darius's chat, and then he gets paid. So if you're trying to prevent this behavior,
I'm actually a little shocked that PRSEK understands this more than Steven, but
or like if you're trying to prevent this from happening,
I'm actually a little
you will
shocked,
go to that person's Kick chat if they can't interact with DGG.
Well, but why does
They get paid.
why does Darius ask people to go to his Kick chat?
Because when people chat a lot, and I can't believe Steven never checks his income like charts on Kick because Kick outlines it perfectly. When people chat, Kick separates that into a different category. Yes, that's right. The more that people chat on Kick, the more Kick actually pays you. Yep, that's right. Yep. So this is why Darius encourages people in his Kick chat to spam W's or L's, because that gives him free money. That's just free money to him. Out of no cost from the viewers, no donations. It just gives him thousands of free dollars, okay? Okay, all right. Well, now that is established, you guys should be spamming in Kick chat right about now. Go ahead, kick.com/Foodshops. Spam in there. I want to see people spamming in Kick chat. See? You're giving me money without actually expending your wallet. How does Kick afford that? Because I don't think it's enough to actually compromise or make up a chunk of the money that they pay out. Kick, I'm pretty sure Kick already operates at a loss. So it's not like they aren't operating at a loss. I think that they might just be simply just passionate about streaming, and that's it. You should pause videos and tell us to type W like Darius. It opens our hearts and our wallets. Guys, put a W or a L, okay, based on your opinion of me in Kick chat. Go. I want to see in Kick chat. They lose money on subs too. Yeah, I know. It's a money laundering site. You know what? I'm not going to argue with that, okay? as a kick partner myself, I'm not gonna argue with. Listen, okay, listen to me, okay? Kicks backed by stake, yeah, because they try to get people to do gambling, and they earn so much money on gambling, okay? I bet. Holy shit, bro. Holy moly. Every day there's a new loser who gets a gambling addiction. Also, Kick also pays you on a separate category that's based on your viewership. So the higher your viewership, the more concurrent views that you have on your stream, the more they pay you as well. So it's viewership in one category, chat engagement in a separate category. The reason why they do this is so then they can encourage people to engage on Kick, right? Or have people find better ways to bot, I guess. I don't fucking know, okay? The point is that, you know, stuff like this happens. And in addition to, obviously, all the donos that you get, okay? All the donos that you get. And I have to say, I don't think it's ethical, in my opinion, but everybody already does this. People like to play poor, okay? So when Darius posts a picture of him having like 3 cents left in his bank account, that's just blatantly just not true. That's not. Whenever he turns on his stream and he gets like 1,500 viewers and he's not multi-streaming to YouTube, so he gets to keep like double the money of me, in addition to more chat engagement, more whatever engagement, I assume that he is earning at least $1,000 to $2,000 every stream. Every stream, he is most likely earning $1,000 to $2,000 every stream. So when people donate, okay, like 50 subs to Darius because Darius said he was poor and he needs to raise money for some criminal court or whatever the fuck he is partaking in. Okay, I hope you know that. I don't fucking know. I don't know if they know that, but you know, Dan takes 30% of Darius's revenue. That still leaves him thousands of dollars. Okay, that doesn't change that. Okay, I promise.
Because he can't interact with DGG.
Well, but also probably because he wants to to bring people over from DGG because they're natively chatting in DGG chat, right? So like I think that so I think that when you go into chat and you see a bunch of people chatting about a thing, like it makes you want to go and watch whatever thing is being chatted about, right? Like if I go into DGG chat and there's like 1 million people.
Before after, aren't streamers taxed at like 50%? No, they're not. No. Who the fuck is taxed at 50%? Who the fuck is ever taxed at 50%? What the
that
fuck?
Are typing about XQC. I'm gonna open the XQC embed. But if I were to go in and there's a million people talking about Darius, I'd open Darius' stream. But if I go in and nobody's talking about it because they're all over in his Kick chat, then
nobody's gonna open it.
Why would I? Then I don't know what people are talking about or watching, right? Maybe I could click the embeds and look, but like I'm not going to see all of that whatever hype is there, you know?
Okay, well, the idea is that like especially whenever it comes to kick streamers, your viewership is not the thing that gets you paid.
It's not about. I know. I understand. KCIP. Yep, you can spend that. Okay, that's not at all what I was asking. Yes. What I'm saying is that there's a reason why Darius has to tell people to go to his Kick chat. The reason why is because natively people prefer to chat in DGG chat, and it's where I think that's where more people will see the chat or activity happening, and then they'll be interested in whatever's going on, and then they'll get picked up into that stream like that. That's what I'm saying. Or if you think that's not true at all, if you think
for engagement, then you're controlling for like where people are chatting, which isn't really engagement in the same way that like.
What do you mean they don't?
We talk about it, right?
They don't.
It's viewership more than it is engagement. My point is like if you want to control for the engagement, if you want to prevent people from like.
Look, if you think this is too complicated, just don't be a streamer, okay? I'm dead serious. Just do not be a streamer. It's not worth it, okay? It's actually just not worth it. Like this is this is a lot of thinking, okay? It's a lot of thinking. It's just too much thinking. Like, I know that, oh yeah, but you're a streamer, you don't need to think. No, this is too much thinking, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You have to think about how to balance telling the truth with how to balance your integrity versus balancing what you want, what kind of audience you want, thinking about what brand you want, think about what business decisions you have to make. You have to take a crash lesson on business shit. And depending on how hard you want to work, you also have to learn how to edit. You also have to learn how to socially engineer people like you guys. Okay, no, it's just like just don't be a content creator. I'm serious. It's not what you think it is. Okay, I promise you. And that's in addition to all the fucking isolating shit that people do because, well, like getting betrayed and backstabbed and shit. It's just yeah. They usually pay their taxes all at once. Sure, you can pay quarterly if you're actually stringent about it. But anyway, most streamers are poor unless they have mommy and daddy money. Sure, yeah. I mean, it's probably a hard job in several uncommon ways. I'll say that. Yeah, sure.
Making money off of the backs of DGG chat, the best way you can possibly do that is
No, this is
unironically to let
none
them
of this
engage
has
with the chat.
No,
Not even
no one's
just-
brought up the money thing.
No,
No, we've been over this. It's a type of system. Darius going, I want you to join my chat for KPP is completely irrelevant.
Yeah,
He gets way fewer people from doing that than if he just had unfettered access. He gets way less revenue from doing that.
Yeah, and also
Whereas
it's like a secondary
it serves
point.
as a filter system. People want to chat in DGG. They don't want to go to.
Yeah, but then it's like, how do you measure that, right? Also, Sly Nixie, thank you so much for the 1,000 kicks 1 hour ago. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. Paying you. Thank you, Stumbling. I love you, okay? But thank you so much for the 1,000 kicks. That's very kind of you, okay? Like, genuinely very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Darius's chat.
Yeah, and it's a secondary issue. Like, we can think about the chat stuff past that point. Like, that's like a later on thing. I think right now, do we agree or disagree with this? Maybe people disagree with this. Maybe I'm just a bad chatter. But like, when I go into chat and I see 50 million people saying like epic, blah, 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 right? And I see that, I want to click on whatever the embed is because I want to know what people are watching. But if I go in and it was just silent because they were either siphoned off into some other side chat or they were all had to chat on like Kick or whatever, I just probably wouldn't be as interested. So like, not having your chat back and forth there.
Like, do you see how no matter what decision is being made, someone is going to fucking lose their marbles? This is one of these things where it's so hard to make a decision, and I understand Steven's like predicament here. Like, it's one of these things where it's just so hard to make a decision. It's just so hard to make a decision, man. Like, yeah, it's just, yeah, yeah.
Why are people spamming fucking retarded emotes? What did I say?
It's because J Doctor said he's shutting down the chat in 30 seconds.
Okay, based.
Those
Yeah.
are-
Okay. Whatever I just said. I don't know if.
Oh, yeah, here. And this is like a very like streamer related issue that people typically cannot. But yeah, so here I'm just being transparent. This is how it's separated. See? I told you I was telling the truth. So chat engagement, right, is one category, partner income is another category. Gifted subscriptions is another category. Subscribers is another category. Okay. Yeah. Make sense? You got it? Okay. See?
That made any sense.
I think you're making sense. Your argument is literally like the.
I'm not trying to.
It's good to kick for separating these categories. It's just, well, they are also getting what they want, right? Kick is also getting what they want because they want people to see the difference between chat engagement and like viewership money, right? Because it encourages people to engage in Kick more.
Just real quick, I'm not trying to argue for something. I'm saying that this is my impression that this is what average chatter behavior would be. If I'm wrong on that, maybe people actually don't give a fuck about who's chatting about it. Then in which case, then ignore what I'm saying. That's not relevant. But that would be my assumption.
I think people do care about what they're chatting about. This is a normal human behavior.
Like, it would be a major determinative factor. Like, it would be a huge thing. Like, this is the reason why
I go to.
Yeah, and this is the reason why people in the past, before we ever had any kind of embedding feature, like years ago, people would always chat with DGG chat, and we had to make rules for people to not do that, because when people would be chatting with the people in DGG chat, they would also watch the stream, and it would increase their viewers and all that.
Yes.
Is my impression. But if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
then,
no, you got it.
okay. So then what do you
What's the problem?
Dan controls the purse. You can are you just calling him Jewish or what? Like, what's going? Okay, stop.
Letting the free market choose what they want to watch.
Why?
Well, the problem is that if everybody's watching different streams and everybody's chatting about different things, well, in the past when multiple people interacted with the DGG chat, it just turns chat into like a schizophrenic
Jesus.
clusterfuck, and people seem to get really ass pained about that.
So if Darius and Parsec are both streaming at the same time, it'll be annoying because like half a chat will be at Darius's and maybe like a half a chat will be at Parsec.
Well, the issue is that you don't want anything to turn into a monopoly, right? Like that's the core of it at the end of the day. The end of the day is that you don't want things to turn to a monopoly, right? You don't want one streamer to have all the power. Yeah?
And it's like, well, what the fuck?
Because then they can throw around their weight and have more incentive to backstab you because they don't need you anymore, right? That's how you get people like Chalogic, Vosh, and Hassan, right?
We doing?
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen, to be honest. I think there's like a power law. I think it's like always going to be 90% towards the top number one
This
stream.
always happened in the past, and this was the sole reason why we had to make the rules that you weren't.
Jeez, all right, fine, all right. Sorry,
Well,
I
this
gave a
is-
fucking opinion.
Where is RTBA?
So unfortunately, while it sounds really harsh, Steven has to keep a system in place where power is limited to a lot of people. And if somebody wants to leave orbit, they can just do so on their own. But giving one person too much power means that the moment that they backstab, too much of the community is going to go with them, which is the case for the Pixie situation, right? Because this, not one particular orbiter, not even just one J-Stoke person, right? We're talking about a massive, like, group of orbiters that does actually comprise of a fucking huge portion of the community. They just up and left, right? They just up and left. That's it. Gone.
Understanding is that this is literally where the you can't respond to chat rule came from. It literally originated from, if people are responding to chat, it turns chat into a clusterfuck nightmare. That was my understanding. That's literally where that rule comes from. Otherwise, everybody could just respond to DG all the time, no?
I mean, I don't even know if we had the fucking embed tabs back then. Like, it might make, like...
Sure, even without embed tabs, though, that doesn't change anything, right? In terms of what I'm saying.
Sure.
What was that?
What does chat
Okay.
want? Like, that's the big thing. What the
Well,
fuck
the problem is
does chat
I
want?
legitimately think there's like a 40-40-20 split, so whatever decision is made is going... I don't know if there's like a compromise here.
I do want to see Dan more vulnerable though, but I feel as though I don't want people to mistake like vulnerability for weakness. Like, why not? Yeah, because I think as long as people are more vulnerable, they are able to not like be as stubborn, right?
Like one group is just going to end up being
Someone's gonna get ass mad. Yeah.
severely
So yeah, it's clear.
ass pained.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do a vote. So what are the three, if you said there's 40-40-20, what are the three options in your mind?
Well, it would be everybody can, nobody can, or only certain people can.
Oh, yeah, when we say can, we mean respond to DGG chat?
Correct.
I can put that as a poll. We can see where we're landing right now.
Well, but
I don't
no,
think-
that's the issue is that the people that are frequenting movies chats and then offline chat are not the same people that are going to be here right now while I'm live. So they might have significantly divergent opinions from the people that are most impacted from this.
We'll take a vote now and take one later when you're not online.
I do just want to say, I think DGG chat is like 10,000 times more active in the morning now than because of AE than it used to be.
So remember, Mutin has incentive to say this. Why? Well, I mean, like this, the reason for this should be very clear, right? Saying that anything else benefits Destiny stream is directly, so then again, you can garner favor with Steven, right? You know? Which makes sense. Again, it's just good business. It's just good business, okay?
So I guess my
It's
thing
just
there is
good
like, yeah,
business.
there are some people who used to be in offline chat, etc., being fucked over. But I think more people like what's happening
Why wouldn't you try to appeal to your number one stakeholder, right?
now, at least in the mornings. I don't watch the night streams because it's bedtime.
Yep, that's true. But then the only issue is, I don't know if you or PRSEK brought this up, is it's like a little...
Remember, I don't want people to take sides in this. It's less about taking sides, and it's more about observing their behavior so then you can tell these in the future, okay? As somebody who has observed human behavior in this space for years, to the point where I can make a living off of it, I want you guys to develop the same skills, okay? I want you guys to listen to what I have to say, because what I'm saying right now is very important for knowing and realizing the different motivations behind everyone and why they're saying the things that they're saying, okay?
tyranny of the majority thing to where do we just have like the popular thing? Because if that was the case, then movie chat would have literally dominated everything a long time ago because people just want to watch movies.
Forever,
Like it got to the point to where I was getting ass pain because I would start...
And I don't even want you to exclude me out of that human analyses, right? I've said before, and I'll say it again, that if I was playing the same game where I hopped in here to advocate for my own best self-interest, I would be doing the same, because why the fuck wouldn't you, right? You would be a dumbass not to advocate for yourself in this position. You'd be stupid, right? Like they would be more stupid than anything. It isn't just or right to play like a fucking equal person in this conversation or something, okay? You're advocating against your own self-best interest. Why the fuck would you ever do that, right? It's stupid.
Stream people like, oh, I want to watch more movie. And there'd be like people that are watching movies that don't even watch the stream. They're just like literally pure movie
My question, when are you big enough to get your own orbiters? I don't fucking know, bro. Everyone has their arbitrary, like, fucking size, I guess. I don't fucking know.
viewers, and that's it.
Yeah.
Probably not for a long time.
So then
Like, other people call me like, oh my god, I'm an orbiter of Foodshops, or you're an orbiter of Foodshops. And it's like, Bro, I can't give people free careers. That's something I cannot do. I cannot, I'm sorry, but I cannot give people free careers. This is not like I like until I have the ability to do that. I feel like I can't be someone that people orbit around. Like I don't have that ability. I don't have, like, for example, Vosh you can orbit because he has the ability to give people careers, right? Hassan you can orbit because he has the ability to give people careers, right? Not me. No.
Question is how much do we throw under the bus the
Megu is, but he's just starting. Well, yeah. I mean, I tried to throw as much support towards him as I could.
but I don't even know who the offline chatters even would be at this
Shorn
point.
of Fury.
Oh,
And
true.
Hamster Hawk. Them. I will say, I think that there are some offline chatters who just come here and hang out, but don't watch you anymore.
Yeah, and for those people, so like I
Yeah.
love shawarma. I don't know if Proteus is around as much on others to chat, but like if you're somebody who just like stops by to just do like offline chat and that's it, I don't think I care much about those people in terms of like trying to protect their whatever.
And the reason why you should care about offline chatters who no longer watch you, but they still want to hang around for the community, the reason why you should care about them, can anyone guess why? Think of an answer in your head, okay? Hold that in your head before I give the answer. The reason why is because you don't want to punish someone or be insecure about someone who no longer watches you, because that leaves them in the position to become an anti-fan. That is why. So you have to create some space in order to let people who no longer watch you still engage for the community. That is why. Understand? Again, this is all human psychology. This is all social engineering. All of it just comes down to human psychology and social engineering at the end of the day, okay? There's nothing else. There is no magic. There's no mysticism. There's no crystal reading. This is all human engineering, okay, of the mind. Because humans are predictable and they're easy to manipulate, okay?
Because it's like what?
That's like the entire
Yeah.
fucking Discord. I don't even know if any.
And do you know what's the best cure? Prevention. If you prevent someone from being a snarker in the first place, that is the best cure.
One in there
well,
watches
no, most of the people I
Destiny
know, I mean,
Armor.
that's me. But I think for offline chat, I think why significantly alter the entire chat just for those people? So then we're saying then that who gets to respond then to DGG chat? Should there be like an official like? Wait, here's a question: who does the forced embeds? Is it just me and anything else? And I guess PRSEK has done it
Yes.
once.
PRSEK did it
I
not
can't
on his
do it.
own. I'll do it for you. Not on his own. It's because Rinlux hosted him as like a meme.
As a meme, huh?
I mean, I paid him, but yeah.
Stop. Why would you do that to yourself?
Okay, sorry.
Also, the difference to describe what the hosting thing is, because it's not just like, oh, you get up there. It's the idea is if anyone lands on DGG big screen, your thing will play automatically, as opposed to if you're not like that, even if you're the top embed. If anyone else goes to DGG and you're not live, even if they're the top embed, nothing will be playing.
So where were we at?
And then
Yeah,
any
an
stream
idea.
that you're
Here's an
on,
idea.
Steve, gets slash hosted by a mod if they see it. That is a policy. So like if you go on Darius' stream, people will usually slash host it because you're on it, so they want to like have view leader, etc.
Yep.
So do we
That's happened with my stream before.
have do we have like an official list of people who get hosted? Should we have an official list of people who like get hosted?
Oh, should we or do we? Should we?
We don't.
We don't.
Well, it's just
We
you
don't have
and
an official list.
you
It's
guys and me,
and-
right?
It's us and you, yeah.
That's it.
And if you don't want, I mean, we can also not slash host in the morning. I don't think it would affect things
Sure.
a ton, but
should we?
Should
don't
we
think
have
so.
a list?
I think the best way to go about it is like if it is literally just you. Like if you're on another stream, it gets hosted, and then like your stream gets hosted. But I don't know if like carving out exceptions there is. I don't know if it makes sense.
I feel like hosting.
If it is just Steven, anything else needs to go. Unless Steven is on it. That's the hard truth. Okay? Otherwise, people will endlessly complain, including me, because I would have an issue with, oh, this is just nepotism points. Gotcha. So you guys are just here because you're friends of Steven. You have no talent of your own. So which is why you have to rely on him constantly and talk about the subjects that he talks about. Okay, wait. So, all right. Like here's the thing, okay? Because there has to be one consistent standard if you want to do that, okay? With that being said, okay, I like anything else. I don't watch it, but I like anything else. I know that it benefits Steven. I'm on peacetime with Dan and Mutin. But if you want to create that standard, that's okay. PRSEK stream has to go. My stream has to go. It wasn't there in the first place. So again, you have to keep in mind that I have smaller stake in this. It's not like I don't have any stakes. I have smaller stake in this because my stream no longer gets embedded onto DG chat. Even if my stream gets embedded and it's not banned or anything, okay? It is just simply that people from DG chat does not watch my stream, okay? If you want to watch my stream, you actually just go to my Kick or YouTube, period, okay? Why also is because I can actually pull an audience without DG chat, which is the mystical part of it, okay? So this is why I have smaller stake in this, okay? And you know, I think people can intuit that, right? So this is my opinion, all right?
Is a later step. You should first, do you create a list of people who are acceptable to interact with chat or not?
Now, with that being said, let's just say that somehow in all of this time, somehow I actually have the favor of 90% of DG chat. Let's just say I have the favor of 90% of DG chat. Well, I wouldn't be saying any of this. I'm going to be real. I probably wouldn't be saying any of this. I'll be far more careful. I probably wouldn't even be addressing this right now. Yeah. Because the entire time I would be like, you know who's the real victims here? DG chat. All these chatters, they just want to see Destiny content. And you have all these other people filling up the embeds. It's us, the viewers, that suffer from it. I just want to give the viewers what they want, okay? I want to defend Steven. I want to make sure that Steven is okay. And I care about him. That's what I'll sound like. Okay? But I maintain my independence. Or I try to, at the very least, okay? Even without his raids. Even without the embeds.
Which we kind of have already done with, like, the movie streamers, kind of, right? Like, that's... Hello?
Hello?
What?
Don't fucking exhaust yourself. This is my conversation. Oh my god.
Darius, can you just fucking be chill for goddamn 2 minutes?
Okay, you guys are talking about a non-issue. You guys have literally brought up an issue that doesn't
It's
even
obviously an issue because Steve's bringing it up and he wants to solve it. So
Steven's only bringing it up because PRSEK's fucking like spurging out about it.
He's literally.
Okay, did anything that PRSEK say offend Darius in any way? Wait, I'm a little confused. Were you kidding? You still get raids? I do get raids, yeah. But that's a unique benefit that Steven himself is choosing to endorse and do, okay? That's not something where other viewers are making the decision for his community on Steven's behalf. That is a decision that Steven himself is making and you cannot affect that. Like, that's just whatever, yeah. Make sense? And I think for good reason. I think I'm a cut above the rest of the rabble. I think I'm superior, yeah. I think he knows how to recognize talent.
Not spurging. If you want to call anybody a spurg, it's you right now.
Nope. Me being a spurg, dude. The only time this was ever an issue was like literally like 2 days ago when people were like, oh, my time slot. There's no fucking time slot. The only time slot that exists right now is Mr. Moon and Dan.
Darius, you're fucking retarded. You got baited by your chat. You know you got baited by your chat, right? We've already discussed
But you're unironically saying it.
Why should anything else not exist? No, anything else should exist. But if you want to create a line in which only things where Steven is on there should be allowed, then anything else goes. I would have to go. PRSEK has to go. Darius would have to go. Unless Steven was on these streams. Period. Otherwise, if you just say, oh, we should only host content in which it is tangentially Steven related, how do you define Steven related? Oh, a topic that he talked about on stream? What if his name was just said, but then the topic wasn't relevant? What if the topic was relevant, but the name isn't being said, right? You would have to define all of these other fucking lines to the point where that's not worth it. Make sense? So, therefore, it would only have to be whenever Steven is on screen. In the flesh. As a person. Because otherwise, it's just going to become a thing where it's like, okay, well, we're drawing the lines. Unless Steven wants to give anything else that exception, which I think he would. because Muten and Dan are his close friends who are extremely loyal to him. So I think that he would give them an exception. But I think that a lot of people would think that it is hypocrisy and nepotism. But I don't think they'll ever say it in front of Steven's face. Okay? Yeah?
I'm not getting baited in my chat. What?
Your chat baited you.
No, chat's not baiting me. You're actually talking about time slots.
I don't think anybody brought up time slots, man.
It's Mooks' chat, by the way.
Okay, how many times is okay? Here, okay, for a second, this is where we're at.
I don't know how many
You
times
can
I have
joke
to
about
say
something
it. I
so
don't-
much.
Darius,
But when
I
you
don't know
joke
how many
about
times
it so
I have to
much,
say
it doesn't seem like a
I don't
joke
care.
anymore.
I don't care. Darius, I don't know how many times I have to say it. You get rage baited by your chat about this, but my actual position
I'm not
is
even getting
I
rage
actually don't
baited. I'm
care.
joking. I got.
I didn't know that Darius and PRSEK had beef. What kind of beef? What kind of beef do they have? Why is there beef? Whatever. I don't pretend.
I'm not
I don't care.
enraged.
You can stream. You can stream while I'm streaming. Anyone can stream while I'm streaming.
We know that.
Host. This is my position. So why are you talking to me about fucking time slot?
I know.
Now, the reason why everybody has a problem with PRSEK is because PRSEK was allowed to benefit off of the hosted content stuff from Rinlux, right? Because if you now advocate for, oh yeah, can we implement these rules? And see, I don't even benefit from these rules. Well, no, it's because you benefited the past, and now you want to change the rules now, and then now nobody can benefit from the things that you benefited about, right? That's what I recognize as like why people like Dan and Muten are trying to go against PRSEK, and Darius also has a problem with PRSEK, right? Darius's shit was never hosted, okay? Even though he has like his viewership is like me and PRSEK's combined times 2, okay? But however, I believe anything else is hosted. But it's kind of like one of these things where you kind of understand why it's being hosted, right? It's like the Bean Chilling Steven propaganda network, okay? Is PRSEK your boy now? No. What? We made peace, but that doesn't mean I can't say what's on my mind. No.
No, because you joked about
you.
No,
And
What the fuck am I doing
You're
right
mad
now?
at me about
because
it.
you've
Why are
done
you
this
mad at
thing
me?
so because you did this thing, it caused people to go ahead and like make this meme. Because if it was just like, oh, we're just all streaming, like the time slot thing was never like a thing until you started doing it. And you were doing it as a joke, I get that. But it's like other people aren't joking, and then when it gets joked about so much, it becomes not a joke, and it makes people think it's an issue.
Wait, just like whenever you talk about me raping Merc on your stream all the time, is that the same thing or is that different?
Is that an issue? Is that something you'd like to bring up?
Ooh.
Wait, you can talk. You can.
Is
You,
that thing an
you
issue?
understand
Wait, is
my
the time
position?
slot thing an issue? I don't know, man.
Is the time obviously because it's on stream?
Wait, is you talking about me and Merc on stream?
If you brought it up to me, yes, it would be. What the fuck?
Interesting. Okay, that's all.
Okay, can anybody explain to me the Merc shit? I need somebody to explain to me what the fucking Merc shit was before somebody feeds me a false narrative and I just go along with the false narrative. I just need to know, okay? I have no idea. I'm too lazy to look into it, okay? That's not anti-fan shit, technically speaking. I just don't care, okay? But I need somebody to explain it to me, okay?
It's a meme. It's a non-issue. I don't think you actually care. I don't actually care.
Why are we even talking about it? Why is it talking about?
Because I've heard about it, and it's like...
Why do we need to figure out what we ought to do with DDG chat? I think everything's fine.
It's not fine though.
What?
There's currently an issue where like DRT0 wants to stream and he can't read DGG chat.
Merc claimed Destiny made a move while they were laying in bed. Destiny hard denied. Well, but what does it have to do with PRSEK?
And PRSEK
PRSEK was an XQC mod, and he or with Merc off the perk. I know Merc off the perk, sure, yeah. And she had a crush on XQC. Also, he stealthed her. Is that like proven? Is that like shown, admitted? Like,
how do you explain?
Fuck.
Isn't
That's such a
PRSEK
big
giving it because he's like an emo editor or some bullshit?
That's the reason that I've said it so far. That would be my thinking behind it, but I don't think anybody's actually thought this through.
Wow.
Actually,
I agree, but I also think that no one should be allowed to read DDG chat except for
Pretty
you
much.
and Dan, because you guys are like
based.
you guys are like with the
Christ,
store.
fucking
My
bounce on it harder.
Damn.
No, because these guys are like they're partnered with the store. They're like in a business thing with Steven. You're not in a business
That's
thing with
true.
Steven.
I mean, I
So
do
am
think that-
I'm also in a business thing.
Are you right now? Are you right
yeah,
now?
but like he's
Yes
like,
or no?
okay, sorry.
What are these people are saying, Lamau? PRSEK nutted in Merc. Pretty sure she asked him to in the moment, but then she claimed it wasn't consensual afterwards. Okay, well, I would have to hear both sides, and hear about the details, I guess.
Are you
What?
right now or in the future?
Yes, right now.
You're lying, and I don't know why.
Do you want me to
Damn.
send you my invoice? I can send you an invoice. I can send you a spreadsheet right now.
Well, no, getting an invoice is a little bit different than they're like Mr. Mutant and Dan's merch are on the shop.destiny.gg. Like they're like the whole like show they do is in partnered with Destiny. That's what it is. And it was literally Destiny's old show. It's still different than like the emo editor guy and then like the like or like
Old show. Emphasis on old. Emphasis on old, okay? Remember. Okay, does anybody know the ship of Theseus? I wonder at what point is it a different ship?
someone who has like a perms or like a mod. Like should Rinlux be able to fucking self-host if he goes live now? Or like fucking
Stream.
Arason? What?
None of these people stream. These aren't like good analogs.
Yeah, but if they started their stream, I don't think they should be able to do that. Oh, I think they should have the same rules as I have. Probably. But also, I don't think reading DGG chat in general is a problem. I mean, like, I get there could be like people that are attention seek, and people might start like jumping off bridges or something like for content and read DGG chat. But like,
fuck, I need more like active chat. My understanding is in the past this was like a huge issue. Am I to understand that this is just literally not an issue at all anymore? This was probably like one of the biggest issues that people had in the past with chat was whether or not you were allowed to. And I'm almost positive that you yourself were like banned and unbanned, and that people were so fucking mad over who. So is it not an issue anymore? Now nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, but there's like a selection of people that are always going to hate it when people are getting attention versus chat just like
I'm not kidding.
engaging like movie.
Those people are gone because of, I think, how it was going.
Well, but we hard banned all of that. Like people got in huge trouble then for ever reading and responding to chat while they were streaming. Like when I say huge trouble, I mean like they'd be banned and then their streams would never be embedded.
Yeah. But what I'm just saying is like at the bare minimum, because of AE, maybe this happened before, etc. But I think offline chat and the 10 really vocal people just fucked off for the most part.
Okay, so what do we think right now? Is there an issue right now then that needs like some clarity on, that we need clarity on?
Currently, here, I'll give you an actual example. Currently, PRSEK can stream to DGG chat and read the chat.
Okay.
DRT0 cannot do this. Why?
Ooh.
Is this in our rules? Why not?
So currently, the thing that the mods have been saying is because PRSEK is in a business.
I don't know if you can. I honestly don't know if you can fix the past, bro. Like, what can Steven even do here that would like undo the hosting of PRSEK? Like, I recognize that that's a double standard, but it's like, what can you do? I have a problem with PRSEK advocating for stuff, but I don't think he should be in the position to advocate for stuff. I think it's like, it's one of these things where it's like, yeah, of course you would advocate for this because, well, now you benefit off of it, right? But then it's like, ban him? No, not ban him. Jesus Christ. Like, you have to realize that PRSEK is like doing anything that any DGGer would do, okay? IOBOBC, Bing, all of these other prominent DGGers, Zip if he was still around, okay? All these people I'm friendly with, people that I hate, people that hate me, it doesn't matter. Any DGer would 100% try to get away with the Rinlux shit, okay? Don't even pretend. That is, look, the point is that I just don't know in this situation what is the fair thing, okay? I just don't think PRSEK should speak up on it. That's it. That's literally it. Just do not speak up on it, because if you speak up on it, well, I think people have every right to call you a hypocrite, okay?
This agreement with you for the TTS stuff. That is why.
Yeah,
and
but wait, was he not reading off? Was PRSEK not reading off messages in the past?
PRSEK?
No.
I streamed to my own stream for months prior to.
Stop smiling. Well, I find this drama amusing. I think this is like one of these dramas where nobody has like, everyone is like scraping the bottom of the barrel because everyone's bored of the lawsuit shit. So everyone is just like, okay, what kind of new drama can we make up on the day? Okay. And then it's like a total nothing burger, right? Because you can just ban everybody who's like complaining, and then you would have no more complainers, and DG will probably be fine. That would be the easiest solution. The easiest solution is to ban all the complainers. Any movie hosters that complain, ban them. All right, PRSEK is no longer like hosted. You should only host official things. Everybody is happy. Okay. Oh wait, we have to actually turn this into a something burger because we're bored.
With no
okay,
interaction.
right, gotcha.
Oh damn! See, I didn't even know that. See how important chat is. Wow.
So if you want my business take, it's in Dark Triad group chat.
Jesus.
The truth of the matter is, the truth of the matter is, if you're employed, you will not care about this. Simple as. Simple as. Simple as. My audience are all employed. They don't give a fuck. They just like me, okay? Their mouth lips look bluish. What the fuck are you talking about? Am I deprived of oxygen? It's streaming employment. Yeah, I'm making employment of unemployment. For example, Zip Zip was active in the chat, right? Someone pointed out Zip Zip. What happened to Zip Zip? Can anybody answer? What happened to Zip Zip? He got a job.
I think PRSEK's idea of a time slot is a great. I think we should go by.
There's not enough time in the day. It's impossible
Not enough time in the day to what?
to have individual time slots for all these
Oh
streamers.
no, I was just
and
joking. I was
movies.
thinking
It's not
PRSEK would
possible.
get mad.
I hope he likes it. I hope that in his I hope that when he's bored, he never comes back here. Not because I don't want him around, because I do miss Zip Zip, but because I think it would just be better for his life in general. Okay, period. Like fucking straight up period. Period. Shrimpo was. It would just be better for his life to not participate in the space, period. Okay? Because I think that the space is ultimately very toxic, is very vitriolic. It can cause you to do a lot of stupid shit, things that can even be evil, as I have done it. Okay, over the course of 3 years, I made plenty of slip ups. I'm not the perfect person. And I think that if you are just out of the space in general, I think you'd be afraid of a lot of burdens and a lot of temptations, okay?
Yeah, no, I was just joking. I wanted to see if PRSEK would yell. I didn't do it
Why would PRSEK yell?
because he gets mad. I bring up the time slot thing.
What's wrong? Wait, and why is the time slot thing not good?
Just not enough time in the day. It's not possible.
Well, wait. No, I mean, like, wait. Couldn't you have like a curated list of streamers, and these are the only ones who are allowed to like read chat, and that would be the time slot thing? Or is there a reason why this is not a good idea?
What we
That
have
was
is-
Don't- It'll put you in an
it's
awkward
just like
spot.
it's you.
Yeah, exactly. Just look at Connor. Just look at Connor. It just takes one bad day to have a bad life.
Anything else, and then my stream, and then you stream in the afternoons, I stream overnight, and then anything else streams in the morning. That's
Also, you know what's so funny is that people like Doobie made fun of Zip Zip for coming onto Pixie's like windshield and in the fucking car tailpipe, right? Because he's so fucking parasocial, he followed Destiny around everywhere. Who is calling him parasocial now? Where is he being parasocial on? He's gone. He's gone. So for somebody who is so parasocial, he actually left in peace. Do you see him backstabbing? Do you see him anti-fanning? Turns out that somebody can copy Steven's mannerisms and not actually betray him? What? That's crazy. Whoa.
how it is right now.
Sure. Wait, why would this put me in an awkward spot?
Well,
Because you have to
I think
decide who gets access.
Yeah, like
Haven't we already
for
done
instance-
this game one time
Is that the bar? Yeah, the bar is seeking employment.
with
now,
the
okay?
movie streamers?
IRL.
I mean, I'm putting an example in the GC of.
It's a little bit different when there's like an army of movie streamers and it's fun.
Wait, hold on. Is it added? Wait, hold on.
Jesus Christ, parasocial! You need to log off! Jesus Christ!
Oh my god, it's added. Let's go. Let's fucking go, bro. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, parasocial! You need to log off! Jesus Christ, parasocial!
Because like someone else is streaming movies, no big deal. Versus like we're talking
Yes.
about PRSEK, me, or other people that like make money off the internet, and then if that's something that dictates the money and you're streaming over it, it's going to be a little weird.
I no longer have to pull up the fucking video from my fucking folder.
But I mean,
Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Babe, okay? One of my head mods, okay? Also, shout out to my other head mod, Stumbling, for just being
you have to get over it. But I mean, there's a lot of weird things
participation
involved in that. Actually, I don't think that you should be doing unless you're getting money for that, in my opinion.
If somebody is allowed to respond to the chat,
Mhm.
do you think that they
Jesus Christ, parasocial!
like have the
Okay,
embed
stop.
like auto pushed or whatever? Do you know what I want to say that?
Yeah,
Probably
should be manually hosted.
Oh sure, okay, yeah. Or no?
Yeah, okay.
I would say no. I think unless you're on it, I think that's. I think whatever
He sounds like Eggman. It is
they do
Eggman.
now, or you.
It's a fan dub of Sonic Shadows. Wait, you never watched that fan dub? It's so
You're on a
good.
stream, they'll host it sometimes. But if you're on Wick, they'll host Wick. I think that's good.
Thankfully, you have a tech savvy mod because that's my. Well, I don't think Babe is particularly like fucking tech savvy. I think he's also like a normie boomer person. So it's like, not to call you a boomer, but okay, you get my point. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck
I think there should be just something in the website that makes it that way it can switch to kick chat. It'll just make it a lot more easier for people to engage. But
To automatically
and also
switch to kick chat. Is this just for the? Oh! You're saying that
Well,
like when you're on big
it's between
screen. You're saying
chats.
when you're on big screen.
yeah,
Oh.
Like make room.
yeah. Like you remember you wanted that thing for like movie chat, and there's like also regular chat. There's like a way for that, but they could like switch over to kick chat. The embed for that whoever has hosted, that'd be great. Because right now there's like Wick will be like top in bed, and he doesn't make anything off of it because no one's in his chat. It always just seems like these people are botting. Like anytime per second.
I don't even know if I believe you about this kick chat thing.
What do you mean?
With what?
What?
This would be like an offline convo if kick chat actually affects your KPBI.
I'm almost positive it significantly does.
You think that
Yes, sir.
people?
It super affects it. Now, it doesn't affect me too much, okay? I love all my kick chatters, but my kick chat isn't as active as Darius's, okay? Not even close. But
Typing does affect it?
Yeah, I think so.
yes, it does.
I would be interested to try this for a day then. Maybe one day I'll try and have everybody go to fucking kick chat and just type there.
By the way, and I think that Mutin realizing this for the first time should speak to his privilege, right? Because you have to imagine, by the way, okay? I love Mutin. Thank you for rating me, okay? But you have to imagine that a content creator on their own who is desperately trying to scrounge up every little bit of clout in order to make it in this space, someone who is passionate about their craft, they have already looked at that a long time ago, right? But the fact that you didn't know until now because you didn't need to look at it because you're just making amazing passive income means that it's kind of like a rich person who doesn't need to look at their bank account, right? Does that make sense? It's like, yeah, it's like if someone doesn't need to check like how much credit card money they have to pay, right? That kind of speaks out. Like you're like, did you know that your credit card payment thing is a thing? It's like, oh, I didn't know that. I just use my credit card whenever I need to buy something. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Hey man, you're about to
Wait,
take
what?
this model now.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of what I need to decide. So, okay, so sorry. Okay, so should there be a list of people
Right? Yeah.
who are allowed to respond to GG chat? It seems like the answer to that is
Which, by the way, again, this is why I do think, Muta and Dan come from a position of great privilege. Okay? Yeah.
yes.
What is this? That eyeliner is very JD Vance of Moot. Okay? I just have raccoon type eyes, no eyeliner. Okay, thanks, I guess.
Yes, I think it should be limited.
Is it? Did you share that with me just because they mentioned raccoons?
Otherwise, it's going to be a clusterfuck.
Okay. So there should be a list of people who are approved to respond to chat. Then the next question would be, do any of these people get like a push to their stream from the big screen thing? Yes or no? Like, should they or should they not?
I think it should just stay as you and you, AE, and whatever stream you.
But you
hop
saying
onto.
you and AE, that is pushing us.
Sure.
Well, I think you guys getting pushed in the morning as a morning show is fine. I think a happy compromise is you don't auto host your late night streams if you do them.
Sure, that's fair. I can also, every time I post Steve in the morning, so I think that there is a big.
I'm
benefit.
fine with that, but I don't want to have because I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. But I don't want people fucking losing their marbles if I start streaming and a movie is going on.
You're going to do that anyway. You
Yeah, but
cannot
that's
satisfy
like-
Wait. So
That's the
here's the next question that I was going to ask. Because if we do this thing where we say that people can, I'm going to make a list of people to respond to DGG. Do I need to?
Think of motivations. Think about it. You don't have to say it, but you have to think about it, right? Give more than 2 brain cells worth of thinking to what everyone's motivations are and how they are, in some complicated way, how they're looking out for themselves, right? Are they being more honest here? Are they being less honest here? What do you think speaks to their character?
Do time slots, because are we really sure that this is just not an issue where there are multiple people streaming who are all responding to DGG chat? It's not going to be a huge clusterfuck. That's just not a real issue
So
anymore.
we have a
Nobody's gonna care about
microcosm of this. I'm not there for it, so I'll ask. What happens in the very late night when PRSEK and Darius are streaming at the same time?
And then I decide to go live.
that. I don't know about you, but I know for PRSEK and Darius, as a late night viewer, I feel like people generally just gravitate towards one thing wherever the stuff is happening, and then like I'm chatting. I'm speaking as a chatter right now. I don't even know if PRSEK is live until like Darius goes offline, and then I'll check and see what other people are chatting about, and then I'll click. But I feel like basically,
you don't feel like
You've
this
been
is an
stuck in
issue
my
right
time
now.
slot lately.
okay,
You've
good,
been stuck in my time slot.
good one.
Yes, fact.
Either one yields, or if they both.
So who is going into Darius's time slot? I wasn't even aware that Darius streams consistently. I thought that the entire joke was that Darius only streams sometimes, and he doesn't even stream consistently to complain about it. Is that why Steven said good one? Okay, well, he's been streaming more consistently lately because of the anti-fan shit, right? But that's only lately, right?
They split. One obviously gets a bigger chunk, but
I feel like people.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen Darius just stream for an hour and then log off. I don't know what the fuck is with that. I honestly don't know, but sometimes he just be driving. And then he just streams for an hour in the car and then just end stream. I don't even know what it was all for.
Already
like,
kind of naturally gravitate towards like a waiting for.
Whatever. Collect $600 and move on. Okay.
PRSEK, feel free to chime in also. Like, as I feel like do you wait for like big Darius stuff to finish and then you go like online afterwards, or do you think you just stream over it? You don't care, or?
Yeah, typically, because even if he's not like necessarily using the chat, like I understand how many people are watching Darius, and I don't like, for the most part, I try not to go live. But like the thing is like if it's like a time of day where I'm like already gonna be going live anyways, and it's like it's like midnight around and then he's still live, like I'm gonna boot up my stream, and then like if people are,
he just wants to make some money, well, which is fair, which is fine. That's okay. Okay, but then I would have to ask like what time slot. We weren't aware that you inhabited a time slot. Like for example, fuck. Have you guys ever seen me complain about like Darius streaming at the same time as me, even though we're both covering like fucking snarkers? Has anybody has that ever happened? Fuck.
They're gonna watch me. They're gonna watch me. If they're gonna stay there, they're gonna stay there. But I'm not gonna like wait until like somebody who cannot interact with the chat is going to go offline, especially if he's like streaming past the time that I go live every single day, and I have been live every single day at this time for like.
Yeah. So then having the chat responsibility basically makes you OP. Like you can basically boot other people off. Right?
Is Darius really that wary of competition? To be fair, I think he is. He is absolutely super competitive. But it's kind of like it's kind of like Darius is already at the top in terms of like what does he need that he doesn't have at this point? Like seriously. Money? No, he has plenty of money. Like a lot. Viewers? No, he has plenty of viewers. Influence? He has plenty of influence. What does he need exactly now? Right? He needs a girl. Oh, he has plenty. But also, yeah, it's like, it is, I think it might be more of an ego thing. It's most likely a little bit more of an ego thing. This is why he always goes to viewership attacks when it comes to JStock, which is fine. Okay, me too. All right, we all go to viewership. Okay, by the way, we all care about our viewership. Okay, everyone does. But it's like, I think if you have everything, but you still want more, it's like, I don't know. But also, I think he is very, very loyal. Sure. Yeah, I do think he's extremely loyal. Yeah. But outside of the loyalty part, I don't know. It's like he logs on, collects a few $100s, and then logs off. That's a W. And you travel, and you travel the world. You travel the United States. You go to Korea. You have enough money to vacation to Korea, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he was making 6 digits from this just by streaming sporadically. Yeah.
Or am I misunderstanding that?
Yeah. I don't know if you
facts.
necessarily say that you'd boot them. Like it'd be like booting them off in like the same way that like movies starting would boot them off.
Sure. I feel like hold on, wait. I don't know if I like this comparison between like movie chatters not being able to respond to the chat, because what does a movie chatter even have to?
They're throwing Omega lols out and talking about, the movie.
Sure, but like doesn't chat talk about the movie anyway? Like it's not like the streamer has to talk for the chat to talk about the movie.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, but like, so when I was a movie streamer, if I ever wanted to just like overpower another embed, I would just do like an epic reference, so chat would spam lols, and then if everyone sees all the lols in the chat, they're like, oh, there's a lot of lols here. I wonder what's so funny. So I'll go over to the other embed, and then I'll be able to take over there. And I'm like, and that's pretty much just like a little bit of chat manipulation you can do there. Just as
do we still have
streamer.
Bing, do we still have like an approved movie chatter thing? Like is that whole schedule stuff? Is that still like a thing? Okay.
Yep.
Whew, jeez, guys.
So
Embed wars are a real thing, but
just gonna say, if you do go and make an approved list, and then if DRT0 is on that approved list, it can get a little wonky because he's also a movie streamer.
Well, that would be pretty easy, right? We would just say not when you're streaming movies.
What do you mean?
Well, like if you're streaming movies, you can't respond to the chat if you're an approved like streamer guy or whatever, right?
What if you have 2 approved people streaming at the same time? Like, I just don't get how that would fix anything. You have two people because why wouldn't you just stream all the fucking time? Just overtake all the other time slots and just compete all the time. I just don't understand. Also, a lot of orbiters, including me, would just be like, okay, what about me? What about me? What about me? But Foodshops, you don't even benefit off of DG chat all that much anymore. And I would be like, well, yeah, that's true. But then so does a lot of people. I don't like, I don't know, man. Like, this stuff is hella gay, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is so stupid, bro. Oh my god, dude. And I feel like I do understand this the most, actually, just simply because from a fucking business standpoint.
How does that make sense? Oh, you mean like
If you're on the
stream.
approved
Sorry, sorry,
response-
No. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. I thought you just meant like in chat. Like you can't respond in chat. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you give a fuck about time slots? So, for instance, if PRSEK is streaming, can Darius just be like, I'm going to start stream?
Well, so that's the thing that I don't understand, because right now, the thing is PRSEK and Darius don't overlap as much, right? Because I think PRSEK is willing, he streams till like fucking 6 a.m. But like if we got another streamer that popped up and then started like overlapping hardcore.
He's content brain for sure, but still pretty retarded. Darius buddies up to whoever will do talking on stream for him or help him understand things he's too dumb to grasp. I would actually say that that is just his business side talking. If you buddy up with everyone that you talk to, wouldn't that just be business oriented? Wouldn't that just be beneficial to you and your business to have people talk on your stream? Because that's how his business model works, right?
Or I don't know. It feels like the potential for drama down the road, but maybe
There is. That's just like why you have to limit the numbers. Unfortunately, like I hate to be like the guy who's
Sure.
sitting here biased about it.
No,
like,
shut up.
wanting
Don't worry
to
about it. But it's not
want
about just.
exclusive, But it has to
yeah.
be exclusive,
Yep.
right?
It's not just
Or
about
you're
limiting.
quiet.
It's not just about limiting the numbers though. It's also about like the time slots too, right? Because like because you could theoretically have 20 people doing this, but if they're not overlapping on stream time, it doesn't matter.
It's
Right?
no issue.
The issue is when the overlap on stream time happens, then it gets really awkward.
It could, but like again, in my case, like I said, I don't have an issue with it. So find people that don't have an issue with it. I don't know what else.
I mean,
to do.
I guess here's an issue. How do you feel about like the
Wait, hold on.
streamers?
Wait, just real quick. Let me just test that real quick. You said you don't have an issue with it.
No.
Okay, let's say hypothetically, I made tomorrow a new person joins and it's Foodshops and they decide to stream over you and they have 3 times your viewers every single time, and now every time you try to stream, the chat is mainly in their direction. You wouldn't have an issue with that.
Nice. We love impossible hypotheticals, right?
No, because I would just need to up my content. It's that simple.
Okay.
If I'm not doing content that's like worth watching, people aren't going to watch it, right?
All right, Mr.
I think you would stop streaming.
Damn.
I wouldn't, and I haven't in the past. I always stream through everything. I've streamed through movies. I've streamed through Darius going live. I've streamed through Dan going live. It doesn't matter. Like I don't.
He
give
does
a
it for the love of the
shit.
game.
He's admitting that he's starting the time slot. He's admitting that he's starting the time slot.
Okay. I mean, I could be wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
You're a stronger man than me.
He would be butthurt. I mean, yeah, everyone would though. Including if you're not even a content creator, you would still be butthurt probably.
I mean, we functionally just have PRSEK and Darius doing it right now, and there's already
man.
not enough time in the day. I don't see how you add more people and make a schedule. It's just not possible.
What can you do?
Well, I mean, we don't have
guess-
anybody in the. Oh no, I guess we have 8 in the morning.
I started like 7 a.m. How do you feel about, I guess, movie streamers being cucked by these quote unquote new streamers? Like, there's a movie schedule.
You gonna DM Destiny what you think? He ignores me anyway. He fucking dono walls me, but I assume that he reads everything I sent to him because it does actually look like he reads everything. Like sometimes he references later, like something that I've like ranted to him, but he never responded to, or like he either references it or talks about it, you know, in another way or whatever it comes into is like active consciousness. I've seen that before. It's just whatever. But I don't think he has. I think he has very little. I think he has very little like social awareness because, like in this front, when it comes to being nice and friends or something like that, because I don't like. For example, he has a lot of social awareness. He's very street smart when it comes to people who might betray him, and stuff. But I don't think he's very socially smart when it comes to people that he's on friendly relations to. I think that like maybe he doesn't know that like if they do not receive a response from him, that they would feel as though that he is ignoring them. Like maybe to him at the very least, like he does not have that perception, which is why it's kind of important to acknowledge. Like this, like people do DM me a lot, and I always say like thank you, like thanks for telling me this. or whatever. If I don't want them to respond, I would just say like, oh, thanks. Or I post a GIF, right, to know that I read it, right? So instead, everybody thinks that Steven just ignored them. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think he has a lot of he has great social awareness when it comes to enemies, just not very much when it comes to friendlies.
And then Darius or Parsec stream over that movie schedule.
That's a bad. I'm not a good person. I don't like the movie streamers.
I also think that Steven no longer has to think about whether or not someone might like him or hate him. I don't think he worries about that kind of stuff anymore. I don't know. Like, I feel as though, like, if you're like a streamer for a very long time like him, you no longer have to worry about like whether or not this person in your DMs is like thinking of you. So what he perceives through his world, he kind of projects that onto other people, I think. So for example, he's not a very like verbal affirmations kind of person. So he's less likely to give out verbal affirmations himself, right? Make sense? So he is someone who no longer has to worry about what other people think about him. So he no longer like gives out these like things where it's like, oh, well, I definitely read your shit. Okay, don't worry about it type shit, right? Make sense? Because everything that he treats other people is like, he's like, okay, well, this is how I would treat myself in an ideal scenario, so this is how I'm going to treat everyone else, right? But I don't think he grasps very well how people feel when they're not Steven, basically. He has a lot of trouble when it comes to that, and I think, number one, it shows through the divorce that he went through years ago, right, with Melina. Number two is it also shows through some of the ways that his orbiters have become snarkers. And number three, it shows through how the snarkers try to prey on people by exploiting something that Steven himself does not do very much, which is like verbal affirmations, right? Or something. Or acknowledgement, right? Being noticed. Yeah. Like, for example, who is Steven trying to get to notice him these days outside of people like Donald Trump? Like, that's such a massive extreme to try to reach to, right? Anyway. Smugbug? What was this about Smugbug? One said you shouldn't pay more attention to some than they pay to you, but that kind of seems mathematically impossible unless everyone is equally interested in someone. Well, yeah, it's just not true.
I feel like that's just a huge source of drama in the community. So I'm not attached to that. I don't understand that one.
I mean, I agree. I think there should be just Friday and Saturday movies that are at
but I think
a certain
then
time, and there's like two.
Those people would revolt if we just had like.
They absolutely would,
like,
and they're going to say, "What about the European chatters?
And
What,
that
we
too,
don't get
yeah.
a
That's why I
time
said you
slot?"
have one in the morning, one at night.
They're going to have your head for that.
Warzone.
Moo. That's funny. He's very upset. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Is that
You know,
TTS?
we actually make a content house for
Yeah,
me
me
and
too.
PRSEK just between for the times. Like, I'll wake you up. We could just like have like a DGG house. We can move in with Mooten and Dan.
I would never.
Oh wait, actually, speaking of Dan, am I coming over to your house tomorrow or today?
Maybe I'll meet you somewhere.
Oh, what?
Can we sort this out before you start making fucking
Yeah.
plans?
Okay, so time slot.
Wait, so we don't need a time slot. So then we're just going to say, okay, so for as to who can respond to chat, I need to make.
Oh, yeah, by the way, here, I'll give another piece of evidence, okay? I'll give another piece of evidence to support my case with Steven, okay? So, he doesn't believe in apologizing, okay? He believes in acting out your apologies, right? So, which is why, like, he never really cares much for that. Like, he will apologize only when it comes to very extreme fuck-ups that he perceives that he thinks he's had. But to me, okay, to me, apologies mean a lot because it shows that you have a willingness to change in the future, and I'm going to hold you to that, and that's something I'm going to reference to the past if you apologize to something, right? So to him, maybe apologies don't really, like, because maybe he's talking about content creator apologies. That's probably content creator apologies, actually. So it's like, I don't know. It's like your view can be kind of fucked. I don't think it just came only from him being content creation. I think it probably also come from before content creation, which is like, again, it's like someone's inner nature. Like, for example, my desire for verbal affirmations does not go away just simply because I am in this space and I receive plenty of verbal affirmations. Like verbal affirmation is something that is intrinsic to my nature. That is like that is who I am on the inside, like deep down, right? So, but yeah, I just don't think think things work like that. Yeah.
The list on that, and then
I mean,
Yeah.
here's how I came across it. It was in relation to the TTS access. I had asked for it. I thought I would just like pay a subscription or something for it. Then it came back to me that it would be TTS.
Yes, because if you don't apologize, does that mean there's no plan to change? But just notice here, right? So when other streamers around him like do something bad to Steven, but he doesn't burn the bridge, he doesn't need them to apologize, right? Because years later, down the line, well, we've forgotten all about like your heinous crimes, right? Oh, you did this to me in the past? Oh, okay. Well, you never needed to apologize in the first place. All you need to do is like just be a different person, right? Or change that one behavior, or to no longer be snaking me, right? And that's probably why he doesn't believe that in doing that back, right? Right? So again, he's a very nonverbal communication based person. Very nonverbal, very, very nonverbal, which is very ironic because he is like the debate lord guy, but this is why he doesn't really debate emotions. Yeah.
Plus access to DGG in exchange for a percentage of revenue, and that.
But I think this is where I differ from Steven the most. I'm very, very emotional based. Very emotional based. Very, okay. But I want to also show people that you can be emotion based and it can actually be a good thing to your logic, right? Right? It can actually provide a boon. You like, just because you're more emotions based, you give out more emotion, you receive more emotion, you show more emotion, does not necessarily mean you have to compromise on debating your principles, your ethics, how you treat people around you, how you fight against people, right? Make sense?
The people who got in on that were specifically AE, PRSEK,
like a percentage
and
of
then I
all
guess
your
myself.
revenue.
Because people think it's one or the other. Because people think, okay, well, if you want to have autistic, amazing debate skills, you have to give up on your emotional aspect of your life. I just don't believe in that. Yeah.
Either don't know or all of it. Yeah, something like that.
That sounds
It is
crazy.
not all.
That's how it came back to
It
me.
is not all.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but I think it would
And-
just be the TTS thing, but
It is the TTS.
okay.
And so that's that's why PRSEK would get access. But the TTS thing isn't built out yet. So my suggestion would be we just go back to how it was before until Jada Fernanda gets off his ass and makes it.
Damn.
And then in the meantime, you can curate that list however you want to.
I never care about anything ever again. Okay. Oh, man.
Okay.
It's a big responsibility.
All right, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do we have any other final thoughts or contributions to this?
Well, I mean, I got a thought.
What?
How are you going to decide who gets access or not? Because I feel like people are going to get real mad over your decision.
That's oof.
I mean, I'll have to think about it, huh?
That's
just
not going to
business.
backfire on you. Okay.
Yeah, that's just business.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'll bite the bullet here. I think that the movie schedule, I think it would be better if there were like one in the morning and one at night on Friday and Saturday, so people could actually watch movies. The fucking 6 hours of movies, I think, is a bit retarded at times.
Are there
Well, I have a question, okay? I actually have a real question about this. Why the fuck would you ever use DG chat for movies? Why? You realize Discord is a thing, right? You can just go to the Kick chat to chat about a movie. If you want to stream the movies on Kick. Community watching together? Yeah, but that's gay. Just invite them to your fucking movie Discord or some shit, okay?
people doing? Is that a thing? People do like 6 hours of movies or whatever?
I'm pretty
Yes,
sure the schedule,
they
yeah.
fill it all the time. And they still want more time. I'm happy to cut it back. Like it's just
Stays the gay
How many
woman, I
hours of
am
movies
gay.
would you say on average we stream a day right now?
What's this? It's only on weekends now, I think, unless you're gone.
Oh, it is only on weekends right
Yeah.
now?
yeah. Unless
Oh.
you're gone for longer than 2 days, then it does vacation.
That's when it gets
Shit.
AIDS.
But I added like double-digit hours worth of time because before there was just dead air. It's during like the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. period.
It's completely fine as long as any orbiter can stream over it, though. I mean, I kind of agree, but it is also nice to have like a movie where everybody's watching. But it would, in my opinion, just need to be like one golden movie then. Like one movie a
Are
week.
you saying
would
no
be,
more
like, the
Jader's
quote-
Choice movies? I'm just kidding.
Well, no. Jader's Choice is always Kino. But what I'm saying is like it'd be nice if there was one movie where like there were nobody streaming over it.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Especially when new releases only.
I'm just gonna assume that none of these rules mean anything for me, okay? I'm just gonna say that right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that, okay? All right. These, like, all of these, like, considerations, all of this gay stuff, okay? These concerns, these whatever. Yeah, I don't think they apply to me, okay? But
What?
Like, that should be for new releases or big movies like The Odyssey, like when they did The Obsession. That's like fine. But I think if you're like coming in the chat, you're like, oh, let's all do like fucking Star Wars trilogy fucking thing, dude. Like, all right, probably not that. Or fucking Marvel Avengers. Let's not do that. But probably for like new releases, I think that's good. And topical things that you're talking about.
Well, but they don't want to just watch like new releases. I imagine they probably want to watch.
Sometimes people want to watch
Well, probably
like,
something that's
Whiplash
topical for the
altogether.
stream thing.
go watch your movie by yourself, Luna. I want to be in the chat laughing my ass off. Yeah, but you can at least post photos and memes in Discord chats. Like you can't even post, like, you have to link stuff for people to click on them for pictures in DG chat. I just don't understand.
I guess. But I think
Whatever,
they'd randomly be like,
man.
okay, guys, we're all going to watch fucking The Godfather trilogy. No fucking stops. No fucking
I'm just saying it'd be
stream
nice
over
if on Saturday at X time, everybody knew that there is one movie that's going to
Yeah, I know
happen
what you're
at this
saying,
time. Yeah.
That's distracting from the movie? Okay.
Okay.
This is like an example of like, okay, if you already are in the defeatist mindset, there's nothing, like, you already defeated yourself, okay? You never tried it out, so you never know. So instead, you just trap yourself in that mindset, and it's just like, okay.
All right. Well, we're good. We're good now then, right? For now,
We're good on
We're
that,
all
yeah.
happy. I'll figure.
Well, apologies don't mean anything if they aren't coupled with real actionable changes. If you don't make a meaningful concession that you fucked up with no excuses. Thank you, Steven. I really need to hear
I think the
that.
dual
actually,
tracking fix
kinda not.
everything.
What are we not going
So do we revert to the previous standard where no
Yeah, when it comes to my apologies, I also have to provide an entire thesis and a dissertation.
one interacts until that's sorted?
No, I think right now. Oh, so right now the only people are me, AE.
No, you can just like literally never imply the fucking points that make an apology. Okay.
and PRSEK.
I did a little just because I thought I was privy to that
Oh man.
TTS potential deal or whatever, but I can just revert back. I don't mind.
Okay. Well, I feel like if you have the TDS thing, you almost certainly, because that doesn't that play.
You have to use guys. Okay, when you make an apology, I'm not saying Steven's the one saying this. Okay, but this is how people interpret how Steven says it. Okay. Guys, when you make an apology, you have to like type it up in like an essay. Okay, it has to be at least 400 words, and yeah, make sure you hit the word limit and MLA format at the bottom when it comes to works cited. I want to see a whole page full of works cited. You have to provide at least 5 links, and I want to see a thesis in the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, and a conclusion. Yeah. 400 words. Okay, fine. 4,000 words. Okay. You want to make this an essay for college? Okay, 4,000 words. Go.
In chat?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't, like, I'm waiting for it to get implemented,
Fine.
but
Oh.
Fine.
Parsec started,
Fine.
just jumped into it. So I was
Wait,
like,
if I just add a TTS donation thing to my
No,
stream, I can
It's
just
about the
recap.
one that's integrated with chat. Is what he's talking about. I'm
Isn't
assuming.
it the one that JDR sent me the link to?
Does that even work? Did he say?
Yeah, it has to be 10-page double space with APA works cited. Well, because it's 10 pages and it's double space, you have to make it double the pages. Okay, so 20 pages.
Did you link
Actually.
to the DGG one? Does that even
Anybody can go
Yeah.
and listen to your TTSs.
Well, yeah, they
That
can,
is
but
how-
like
yeah.
in order for it to play there, you have to.
Yeah. I just plug it into my browser source and it works. It works all the time.
Yeah, but then people just donate to me for that, and then I would just be eating all your donations.
Yeah, I know, which is what's happening.
Yeah, but he would be willing to give that up in order for him to be able to read DGG chat.
That's
Yeah, that'd be
crazy.
easier.
Don't we have it set up right now? I don't think it's automated yet, but can't you? Isn't it that you're supposed to invoice us or whatever for whatever the donation?
No one says that. D says that that's watched any amount on his stream. Okay, you'll be surprised, man. You guys are smart, so you guys are different. And you guys hang around smarter people, so you guys are different, okay? But, like, trust me, when you see every single, like, DJer out there and you start comparing the statistics of people who just copy and paste his answers versus, like, understands the underlying concept, I think you would have a different perception of things. My perception of things.
Chantar?
Okay?
We don't do it right now. We're waiting for the whole TTS thing.
Right now, they just pay on your website. And then
I mean,
because
the only
I'm
reason why
reading
these
DD
guys are
chat.
waiting though is because like, okay, I am invoicing. I have an invoice set up, and I have like a fucking spreadsheet for every single thing. that
Okay, I
I've
feel like that's
received
important
thus
for
far,
people to know,
so-
right? Otherwise, some people are gonna be mega ass pain if they find out. And I don't want to get like $500 million of invoice at the end of the year for a bunch of people. Like, oh shit, I know your invoices, so here you go.
I'm not.
Yeah.
We're not. If anybody donates during your stream during AE right now and they do the TTS, that's all your shit. We don't care.
Jesus Christ.
That's good.
That's
Wait, so we're invoicing? Who's invoicing that money?
well, I don't even know if you're using any of this.
You're not even using it, Darius.
I know I use it. I have it on my stream.
Is that true?
Yeah, no one does it. I mean, I don't like say like, oh, this is on there. Yeah, but it's on there. It's a browser source. I said JDR sent it to me. I was like, yeah, I'll add it, sure. And someone used it once. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Okay.
But I have my own TTS, so people just do that because it's like sub only.
Okay. I will.
You better put Foodshops on the auto host. That day will be a day, man. If I was ever put on the auto host, dude, is anything else even put up as the auto host? Oh no! I would have to assume that anything else is put up as the auto host. What is? Oh yeah, who is even put up as the auto? Is that even a thing?
Yeah, we'll figure that. We'll figure
outside
that bad
Steven's
boy
on
out for
streams?
sure.
So I can reach out.
Is Darius on the list? He's not right now, right? I don't think
He's not right
You're
now.
not on the list right now, Darius.
But I'm adding the TTS. If this
Does he even need the list? Does he even need the list? People link his streams anyway, and he still gets top embed. Like I just don't. I don't understand.
standard is just adding the
The
TTS.
TTS is not.
I don't think
It
that's
is
ready
not
to
the
go.
thing.
I think
That
Jader is
not the
like
thing.
it's like that's like an alpha project. It's like DayZ.
Then what the fuck are we talking about where PRSEK's allowed to do it because of...
I don't know why PRSEK can do it. But
Bro, PRSEK has less. Okay, to be very fair, Darius, PRSEK has less viewers than you. Okay, his community. He can't even talk smack about Steven because it's like, well, he's gonna cause a bunch of parasocial backlash, okay? So yeah, I don't think he's in a fucking position to like.
Okay. Right now,
My stream is a community stream.
I think it's a privilege for me to smack talk like Steven's community sometimes, actually, unironically. Like I think that's a privilege, okay? That's not a
And
right.
it's a community
there
stream
it is.
for
See,
the GG.
here's what I would say.
Like if you're not in a position to do that, like,
You know what? Here's the rules right now. Okay. Right now, anybody can react to or respond to chat until I say otherwise, and then I'll think out a thing, and then in the chaos that follows,
this is gonna be awesome.
then at least I'll see what people get mad at and what works and what doesn't
I
work,
told
and
you I
that's
was
what
gonna
we'll. So anybody
nice,
can.
Good one.
Dude, Mooks is going to dominate that. Dude, she's going to twerk his stuff to like Omega Lol and shit. Well, that's fine until you figure it out.
This is gonna be sweet.
Good.
All right.
I'm pumped.
Well,
So Darius, you can
It's
interact.
not gonna be sweet. It's gonna be a fucking clusterfuck, but it's. Gonna
I
be
was
fun.
just told
I'm
that that
happy.
didn't matter anymore, so it should be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun couple of days. That's
good.
for sure.
That's what I want. I want fun in chat. Okay. Anything else? Are we good for now, gentlemen?
Yeah, I have one last thing. Listen, this is going to test people's theory because there are a lot of people. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name races.
Why?
It was a Jewish doctor.
Okay.
Listen, there's a lot of people in this
What?
fucking chat that think that they have the cojones.
Okay, wait. Who? Dude, I think that if you say I'm not gonna name names, I think you should name names. Fuck! You should be naming names, though. I do think that's something you should be doing. I don't think you should be the vague post king, okay? Like, that's just... Ugh. Fuck me, dude. Oh my god.
I fucking dare you, okay? I dare
Who is Jewish doctor? But who's the Jewish doctor? Does anybody know anything about a Jewish doctor around here? Who is the Jewish doctor,
you to go live, and I
though?
dare you to be top embed. If you can do it better than me, listen.
Jesus Christ.
By all
Oh,
means,
don't do that.
motherfucker, go ahead, bitch ass.
Bitch ass what?
What's up? Okay.
I can't say that word.
That's
Am I
good.
shrinking the movie schedule or
You
what?
guys must have like PRSEK back.
Then you might as well call Abdul Al Sayed a real doctor then. You might as well just say, yeah, he's a doctor then, right? You can't just have your cake and eat it too,
Yeah,
right?
keep on the movie. Should just say whatever you're doing now. Yeah, it's fine. Fuck it.
Oh boy.
Why? What's up, boy? What's the
PRSEK,
problem gonna be?
Back in the day, we had streamers that were going live and they were entertaining. Fancy Sloth, I think, went live on Angel Thump and broke up with his girlfriend at a park at like 12 o'clock at night. Back in the day.
Okay, so entertaining to you means ruining their own fucking lives on a self-destructive spiral. Gotcha, Darius. Darius? Maybe it's good that isn't the standard. Maybe it's good that we shouldn't be celebrating self-destruction of people's lives in order to provide one night of glorious entertainment, okay? I'm not gonna lie, okay? Like, this might be a fucking hot take, okay?
And it was really awkward. He just had his phone in his pocket the whole time. He was recording, by the way. And he was just breaking up with her, being weird. And we had these people up there. There are people that will cater to DGG.
Oh, Foodshops, why are you so sneaky in private? Why do you always do everything in private? Why are you so mysterious and shit? Well, I don't know. Maybe because of stuff like this.
I don't think you should challenge them per se. And they'll be crazy. They'll be retarded.
That is true.
And where's that guy now? Where's that guy now,
You guys
Darius?
remember
Where's that guy
Brandon?
now?
Who remember
Does he still stream?
Brandon?
All right,
No one remembers. The Japanese Tinder guy. Who remembers him? Any old heads?
Yeah, I wonder why they're gone. I wonder why they're gone. Oh my. This is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, oh, I wonder where all the entertaining streamers went that self-destructed themselves and then had to give up content creation because they have no other choice. Huh, I wonder where they went.
Wait, you mean Bomb Gen or whatever?
Hello, holy fucking survivor's bias. Oh my
Not
god.
Bomb. No, it was a guy. It was a
Holy
Japanese himself.
fuck. Holy fuck, sampling
He would
bias.
go on Tinder and he'd
Holy sampling
match
bias,
with girls and-
Batman.
Wait, is this from
Wrestling
our
from
community,
Tinder.
or do you just mean like?
Yeah. No, he was from here. He would be top in bed at night at like fucking 2 a.m.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm
And
sure
he
it was
would do
epic.
fucking Tinder in Japan, and he'd be like a white dodge and just getting bad bitches.
Okay, all right.
It'll be an interesting
I'll keep an eye on
I
all the
wonder
drama
where they
fallout,
went.
and then I'll make a decision about stuff and yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
All right, get out of here.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Scram.
Wait,
What?
give me perms.
Oh, he said he'd never asked for it, and now look at him. Oh my god.
There you go. You already have them.
I want perms back, but not because I want to use them, but because it gives me status, okay? It makes me feel like a man, okay? Give me the perms. It makes me feel like a
What are you talking
man.
about?
Okay, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Be careful. Bye.
Great. So Steven just made drama out of nothing. Great. Good job, Steven. Just so you know, if anything happens, it's purely Steven's fault. Unironically. Like, unironically, just purely Steven's fault. Bro, okay, also, you can't go after me for, like, fucking infighting or whatever the fuck, and then do, it's just, oh my god, fuck me, bro. Fuck me! Fuck me. Infighting, okay, great, awesome, great. Oh, Foodshops, what? You're causing a rift in DGG. Okay, well, either I have enough influence to cause a rift, or I'm a nobody 40 viewer Andy. Which am I? Which am I? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have, oh, the Jews are stupid, and also the Jews are controlling everything. Which one is it? Am I the stupid Jew, or am I the smart Jew? Which one am I? You got in trouble for infighting? Yeah, I've heard in the background that at the time between me, Radiant, PRSEK, Mooks, and whatever, I've heard on the grapevine that internally, Dan, Mutin, Steven are not pleased. They did not like how intense it got. So, yeah. I mean, that's also part of the reason why, like, I was de-escalating in the first place too, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, right? Like, whether or not, who is at fault, you know, who is in the right or whatever, yeah. What can you do?
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Do I think that there should be a DGG reading whitelist? I think there should be a whitelist in the sense that you should be like an established name in the community already, and you should also be an established streamer. I would say that the way that everything is currently set up right now, where it's just kind of like a schizophrenic free-for-all, is definitely not going to be a good long-term solution. Mainly just for the mods' sake, I would say, if anything, just because like moderating that's going to get really difficult. And then having like people split shit, doing like restreaming, like it's going to be a bit, it's going to be a little crazy to.
PRSEK,
Yeah, what's up?
how are you doing? How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. Yeah, just a little overwhelmed definitely the last couple of days, but
Why are you overwhelmed?
one of those weeks, you know.
One of those weeks.
Just a lot
What does
of
that mean?
us, a lot of people kind of all talking about the same thing. I just happen to be kind of at the center of it. So you know how it goes.
Okay, yeah, sure. What are your thoughts about the whole situation?
How
Tell me.
how broadly, like from like a high level?
Oh yeah, wait, hold on. By the way, I'm so fucking curious because I just got off of talking about it, okay? Dude, have you seen the Professor Dave shit, bro?
I watched as much as was gone over on
Dude.
stream live. I haven't.
On Steven's stream, right?
Yeah, I haven't.
What was it? Was it? Did he watch the last 30 minutes?
I think you watched verse 30, mainly the Israel-Palestine
okay.
stuff. And then I think before, actually, I don't think he even got into any of the personal stuff.
Bro, the personal stuff is actually like demonic. I don't think I've ever seen. I felt like I was watching like one of these like snarker videos. I was like, I had to like double check that I was watching like a 4.7 million subscriber channel, who is like considered like YouTube royalty. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I cannot imagine. Like, I was like, holy fuck, bro. Yeah, no, it was just surreal, unreal. Okay, just completely unreal. Insane
It
shit.
is
Anyway,
wild.
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah, go ahead.
I would
What's
be
up?
very interested to see, to be honest. I would be very, very interested to see who is feeding him info for all of it. That would be
Dude,
my number one
well, my guess
question.
is that it's Hassan fans, right? Obviously, but
I would say Hassan fans, but I would like to see how far it goes because it always goes way deeper, I feel like, than we always think it does. And then, like, if there's like a leak that
oh
ever happens,
yeah,
I guarantee there's some of
oh
the snarkers that are in there.
no, you're right because he does say some details that are like sus, in my opinion. Like I think that it just doesn't feel right. Like some of the details that
It
he
always feels like
says.
whenever I hear like from these guys, especially like when it comes from just like an objective reading of the situation, it's like, oh, hey, this is like a court thing. It's going to be in court and then it's going to be solved in court and then we're going to talk about it afterwards. But I feel like every time that there's like a snark angle to it, you'll always just hear things. I did hear a little bit of your stream there just because I was like curious to see what you meant by the Dave stuff. I didn't even the two dots together in my mind that it was Professor Dave video from today. But I like super quickly tuned in and he was like talking about the like when you get into details like the age of Rose's fucking Twitter account or whatever, or like how long they'd known each other before they started sending like explicit images or videos to each other. It's just like you need to just be so balls deep into this conversation
You
to
need to
have this level
be
of context and this
you
level of understanding.
dude, you need to be so no, but that's the thing is that like the shit that he was getting into was like wrong. It was wrong on multiple fronts because he's like, oh well, Rose's Twitter, blah blah blah. It's like her and Solo is her boyfriend, and it's like, okay, are you talking about the are you talking about Solo, a late 20s British man sex trafficker pretending to be his victim in order to, against her consent, sell CSAM and CP of her specifically and try to blackmail and catfish and successfully done that to Steven, in which Steven believed that like it's just so deep. It's just so fucking deep. And I think that's some of the information I knew. Yeah, like not that part of the information because that is more commonplace among haters of Destiny, but it's more about like I don't like I don't know, like you just get a
I think
vibe, you know,
you're
you get
putting your
a
finger on, I think,
feeling.
is like the narrativizing, and it's like the same narrativizing. I think Steven talked a little bit about that on his stream
Yeah.
today when he was talking about the narrativizing. It's
Oh,
like
okay, did he?
he
Yeah.
hates this the most. Professor Dave hates this shit whenever it comes to, and it is true. Like he hates the shit out of that kind of behavior when it comes to the people that he talks about. Because like
Dude, it's
to
so
have your story
disgusting.
be believable, it needs to be this convoluted, and you need to like pull so much shit out of your ass because the dots aren't really connectable until you start like inferring so much information that doesn't exist.
Yeah, dude, it's just, dude, it's so crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, like over the course of these 3 years. Like someone that big, just essentially going into shit like that is completely out of their like zone, basically, so to speak. It's just wow, what a surreal fucking thing to witness. Anyway,
Yeah, it's pretty
anyways, yeah, sorry, I got off topic. That's not what we're here to talk about. So, okay. How did the embed problem even start? Can you tell me? Sorry.
Basically, there was like 7 people. I think I counted like 7 people in chat that were just extremely mad. They're just weirdly active and like weirdly persistent chatters who will just not shut the fuck up about the embed stuff.
What is the
Basically,
embed
their
stuff?
problem
Yeah.
with the embeds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem that they have very specifically is that they don't understand why there are certain people that can read DGG chat and why there's certain people that cannot read DGG chat. On a very high level, This is just a business thing. That was the main thing kind of behind it. But the actual sort of like less businessy, more personal thing is that there were certain people that were allowed to do this because they were chosen to be able to do this. And that's kind of where it starts and ends. The business stuff was kind of like the cherry on top of that. But then a couple of us got on Destiny's stream, I think it was either yesterday or the day before. And then whenever all of that conversation happened, Destiny basically just had like a whole bunch of like level 1 questions about, hey, how is this going to work? What do we feel is like the issue here? What's the problem? What's the solution? And then we were kind of just sitting there like super awkwardly because we've been like essentially told for a little while now that this is like a decision that's like, you know, he's the one supposed to be making the decision. And then like I get in the call, Bing gets in the call, and then he's like, well, what do you guys think is the best solution? It's like, well, I don't know if that's really up to us. And it's like awkward for it to be up to us as well. Because like obviously in my case, I am like one of the people that's benefiting from it. So it's like super awkward for me to try to make a decision or talk about it. And then aside from all this as well, there's like a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of like moving parts behind the scenes as well that I'm privy to, but then I can't talk about really publicly because it involves like people that, you know, are just, they don't want to be dragged into everything.
Okay, so like obviously no offense to you, okay, but why were you like essentially chosen to be like the community? Is it just because you just simply streamed on your own and then Renlux liked you and then hosted your stuff, which is why you got like a pass more than the others, or what's going
So
on
my
there?
stream I think has only ever been hosted as a meme, or whenever Destiny's been on my stream, similar to the way that yours does. The only thing that my stream is different in terms of like actual between like any of the other orbiters is that I'm able to interact with the DGG chat.
Okay.
The reason why is because I stream for DGG chat and I don't really have like I don't stream much whenever it comes to like a community outside of DGG. Even the people that come into my chat are like mainly DGGers. Some of them are like just leftover fans back from like whenever I used to stream and then took a break. But the main reason why I was able to interact with DGG, as it was explained to me by Bing, was that you are a community stream, you're streaming to DGG, you're streaming for DGG, therefore you're allowed to use the chat. That was the reasoning that was given to me, and then I labeled my stream Nothing Else, sort of as an extension, a late night version of the Anything Else morning show, and that's kind of what I was attempting to be.
Oh, okay, I see. So you never received a host outside of Destiny being on your stream?
There was one time where I was hosted, but it was like host unhost as a meme sort of thing. I was never hosted.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like
Yeah.
my nighttime show was never hosted or force hosted by any of the mods on my request. No.
Gotcha. Like unless it was under, okay, yeah, okay. Well, then that just kind of sounds more like a moderator fucking around kind of thing, right? Than anything
it
else,
was.
no?
Yeah, I never requested it, and I don't have mod permissions in DGG either. I can't self-host.
Okay. What do you think should happen instead of Steven making it free for all the embeds? What do you think should happen?
Well, the tough thing is that pretty much any of my positions that I give here are going to be biased. Obviously, I would like to stream to DGG.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
What I would like to see is I would like to be able to stream to DGG in the hours that I have been, which is like midnight to around 6 or 7 a.m. whenever Mr. Moon goes live for the morning show. That was pretty much what I have been doing. It's what I've been doing for a little while now. That's what I would like to see. Whenever it comes to the other people streaming to DGG or using DGG chat, the problem I think mainly comes in the form of like the big meme that like Darius kept trying to fuck around with, which is like the time slot stuff. Is that like you would need to start kind of cordoning off different times of day for like different time, like different streamers to go live, but there's only so many hours in a day. There's only 24 hours in a day. Destiny is taking up the afternoon, and then like if you want, you could probably squeeze one more person, maybe between like the time that Destiny goes offline till like midnight. You could like put Darius there, for example, right? But then like I'm live at midnight, and then I'm live until 6 or 7 in the morning. and then Mr. Mooten goes live, then Destiny goes live. So you only really have like room for one more person realistically to fit into this schedule of like the 24/7 schedule as it stands already. So I would say realistically, it would probably make the most sense if it was myself and Darius that were allowed to interact with DGG. Probably nobody else at that point. And then there would be like have to be like carve outs, I guess, for movie streamers. I do like the idea where the movie streamers are not live as much as they are, just because I think it would be way better to just have like a specific time, like a Saturday night sort of thing, where like no one was allowed to be live. Like Darius can't be live, I can't be live, and then like all of chat just watches a movie together because that's like realistically what they want.
Well,
Like, they just
well,
want
why
chat
can't why can't people like Darius, whatever, why can't they just stream on their own time? Why do they have to like stream in these time slots? Because I feel like Darius is like popular enough to kind of stream on his own time, right? And I feel as though that even anything else, like no matter what time anything else comes on, like people will watch that. That all they have to do is be separate from Steven, right? So I just don't really understand. Like as long as you're avoiding Steven, I don't see what's the issue. Because they're both popular
Well,
enough, right?
the big issue is that I would say there is no problem with the setup as it currently is. It's just that the setup as it currently stands right now, I think you only stand to lose whenever it comes to the drama that's kind of created by it. I would say that it is a good idea to kind of let everybody go live and everybody interact with DGG chat. I've kind of felt this way for a long time. I don't have a problem with the things as it stands right now. I don't have an issue. The problem is that it gets really hard to moderate content. It will be like non-stop drama cycles over and over and over again. People stealing content, mods having to like go through embeds and make sure people aren't like stealing other streamers' content. Make sure that people aren't like going live and like randomly streaming movies because they thought that they could interact with DGG chat in that way. Like it just kind of creates like a big clusterfuck, and there's like no real way to moderate it. So I think that just like having like a list of people to do this is probably going to make the most sense.
Okay. Someone said in chat, MVTT, okay, said PRSEK is leaving out the fact that he's snarking Darius's time slot. Is that a joke, or is that like something that you're actually trying to go after or conflict with, or
this
whatever?
is the confusing bit, right? Is that like I tried to cordon my stream off to a specific time, and I go live pretty much every single day at the exact same time, which is like midnight or shortly after midnight. If Darius happens to be streaming after midnight and I'm going live, here's the thing: is that Darius, like before this big like I'm gonna throw the fucking monkey wrench into all this shit and then see what breaks, Darius was not allowed to interact with DGG chat. So like take that as you will, but like if I'm going live and interacting with DGG chat,
that's an unfair advantage over Darius, right? Like that would be unfair.
Yes,
okay.
like it is. It is unfair, and like you could say that I am like snarking the time slot, but if I'm making my schedule known, I'm saying like, hey, these are the hours that I'm going live every single day. Then I mean like I don't know what to say. Like go live earlier, or like don't go live at all if it's going to be an issue. I don't know.
Okay, I see. What do you think about like the different chat rooms and stuff? Because it's like, oh, we want everybody in chat to participate when it comes to the movies, or we want everybody in chat to participate due to anything else, or whatever. Like, what do you think about Dan and Mutin's kind of thing there, when they were talking about whatever?
I've always been a fan of this idea of like the best embed winning. I think that's just how it's going to be. And I think that as it's set up right now, that's still how it is. I think a lot of people were unfortunately under the impression that like with access to DGG chat, or by being able to talk to DGG chat, that like their embed would like suddenly soar to the top of the list. But like the people who are like streaming, like they're not going to be consistent with it. They're not going to be interacting with the chat as much as like people would probably want them to. They're not going to be streaming as long as the other streamers. They're not going to be consistent. They're not going to be, like they're not streamers really. This is like the issue. But a lot of people are kind of like delusional whenever it comes to this sort of thing where they think that access to DG chat is like the same as getting paid. Like they think the only thing standing between them and like a kick partnership or like a kick verification and then making KCIP and then infinite money is like being able to interact with DGG chat when this is not the case. But because a lot of people see it as more of like a monetary incentive, it gets treated with like a lot more scrutiny, and people are way weirder about it because they think that like whenever I talk about this stuff, I'm not like talking about the community and what's going to make the community best. It's always like, well, he just wants to make more money, and then I can't change their mind on that. So like, I don't know what to say.
From my
But I like the
perspective,
idea mainly.
sure. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
Go
what
ahead.
to say? Oh, my
I
perspective
was
at the
just gonna
very
say, like, I like the idea. I like the idea of just like best embed wins. Like, just if you want to go live. But then like, if I'm live and I have viewers, well, that is what it is. If I'm live and then somebody else goes live, they have viewers. It is what it is. You could probably just leave it there. But then everyone, like, that was the whole topic of like the fucking Prime Line conversation from today. He was like trying to say that I was like lying about that, or that I was being disingenuous, or that like actually I care way more than I let on, which just like isn't true. But there's no way that I can change his mind on that.
Do you think, okay, hold on. I'm trying to remember like what question I was going to ask, but oh, I remember now. Don't you think that maybe like, because part of it is competition, like the entire point is competition, right? Like the entire point is that you have people competing for the same time slots, and there's only so many time slots, and everybody wants to stream, everybody wants to make money, everybody wants the attention, right? So well, I mean, I feel that the only person in which I differentiate my time slots from is Destiny. That's the only person. So a lot of the times I will stream at the same time as you or Darius or whatever the fuck, right? Steven is the only person in which I differentiate that. Now, with that being said, don't you think that like whoever is the most popular wins, like at the top, is causing more drama than it's worth? Maybe maybe because, I don't know, when they see their embed become the most popular, they feel good. When the embed becomes the least popular, they feel bad, diminished, maybe their ego takes a hit, and then they cause drama. What do you think?
My take on that is stop streaming. That is my honest to God take. If that's how you feel about it, like this life isn't for you. I don't know what to say. Like there's gonna be lulls. You're gonna have like you're gonna have days where you go live to 1,000 people. You're gonna have days where you go live to 20 people. That is simply how streaming is. And if you're not like equipped to deal with that, then like you don't really have any business streaming to anyone, let alone streaming to DGG. If you can't handle it, if you don't have the mental for it, I don't think that you should be a live streamer.
Okay, I see. Do you why do you think it's fair to just allow interaction with DG chat from now on for everyone because you had it?
I think that if people think this is the best system, democracy rules, I will absolutely accept it as it stands right now.
Well, what
I
is
think
your
that
opinion?
the likely scenario. Well, I think the likely scenario is that people are kind of gonna get sick of it, and then it's going to create like way more leechy behavior than it is going to create quality content for the stream. I would say the thing that you're seeing right now, like if you were to open up the DGG embeds, as it stands, basically the only thing that is live right now is Unidev. And then Unidev is, camless scrolling reels. You've got Bing playing League, it looks like. Zug is doing content, looks like IRL content. Stardust is doing a desktop stream. And then you've got a multi-cam of every single embed that's live right now, as well as like a rerun of past streams. You've got, and then like real streamers underneath all of these people. This is slop. Like this is
Sure,
slop. This is absolute slop. None of these people are real
it's
streamers, except for maybe the exception of like Bing, Zug, and Stardust. Like,
well,
I don't know how
I view it as what is it called? ADHD bait. Like that's the way I view it. It's like it's meant to stimulate your ADHD, and then it keeps you engaged as TikTok kind of like bait, right? I feel like. Okay. What do you think about, so there's another idea that was tossed around Okay. And what do you think about the only embeds that are allowed is whenever Destiny is on specifically?
Like when he's on a stream.
Like only when he's on the stream. Like if he's not there, no embed. Shrimp was.
I don't mind the no embed rule, but I think that people would get really pissed off, and
Mhm.
chat would, like offline chat especially, is going to die. I don't think that I think it would have worked
Mhm.
15 years ago, but the
Yeah.
reality of things today is that everyone is like a fucking dopamine rat on their computer 14
Yeah.
hours a fucking day. Like
Mhm.
everyone will have a content drip feed somehow, and if it's not happening through DGG embed, it's going to happen somewhere else, and then the site's going to lose traffic. I think
Mhm.
that's how it's going to go. I don't think that's a great idea. At least not better than like any sort of embed at all.
Yeah. You mentioned slop streamers, and like not real content creator streamer people, and people who are actual streamers who has a passion for content creation and they actually want to make it and whatever. Do you think that there should be a differentiation made there, or what?
I think so. Yeah. I would say that like there is a obvious difference, I think, between somebody that is kind of doing like a stream right now to kind it's like a sort of like gimmick versus somebody that's
Mhm.
like clearly familiar with streaming. I think that naturally the people who are familiar with streaming and then the people who like enjoy streaming, um, I think these people are going to like naturally rise to the top.
Mhm.
Uh, However, as it stands right now, I think
Well,
that
that's
the
not
reason
true.
why these people are popular.
I mean, coming from me, okay? My embed has not been there for God, what is it? Like how many nights in a row has it not been there? For weeks. For weeks at this point. Yeah, and I have a real passion for streaming, I'd say so. So,
I would say the reason for that is probably
it's strong.
have you had like DGG chat on stream, or like have
No,
you
I
like
have not.
advertised
Nope.
your embed? Or...
Nope. It's not banned either. I asked. It's not banned.
Huh.
But
What do you
here's
think
the
the reason is
thing.
for that?
Here's the thing, okay? Because I think that my embed is actually an exception. I don't think that my embed can be compared to other embeds, not because I'm like special or anything, but because I feel as though I feel like I have taken a kind of unique path. Like for example, I don't think I have originated in DG chat. Like my existence when it regards to Destiny didn't originate from DG chat. I only came into DG chat after I got connected with him. In addition to him rating into me on YouTube and on Kick. So then naturally the chats there will come into my chat, but it's not really like I don't really have like a presence in DG chat before that point.
Well, I mean, like you don't have to like sell yourself
Yeah.
short here. Like the reality is that you are like an actual content creator. You upload to YouTube, you upload to different platforms, you make short form content, you make long form content. You will do like original reaction content, or like you will do original content whenever it comes to like having conversations with people or like debates with the snarkers.
Mhm.
Obviously, like you are a rung above like even like someone like myself. Like I would
Holy
say in terms of, like,
glaze,
content
bro.
creation.
Holy glaze. Yeah, go. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Keep on going.
I would say like you're easily a rung above like most people. I would say 99% of the people that have like gone live in DGG. But like I don't think really like it's just not what makes the top embed right now. The fucking stream is schizophrenic right now. DGG is schizophrenic right now. It's not like a repesentation, I don't think, of
No, I don't
what
think.
is typically embedded.
You're
And I think
you're
that's
right about one thing. You are right about one thing is that it doesn't actually benefit people's careers as they think it is. Like for example, I think that a lot of I think that if anybody has been getting embedded in DEG from a lot of people, and then suddenly one day their embed is gone, uh, a lot of people will just stop watching you because a lot of the time they're in DG chat. It's convenient to have your stream there, so it's a matter of convenience when they click on it because it's like a dopamine stem. But I think that the moment that your channel is no longer like advertised on the top of the embed chain, I don't think a lot of people will make the effort in order to go to your Kick or YouTube to watch your content. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I would 100% agree. I would say that
Okay.
is the case.
Mhm.
Now, the distinction that I would make there
Mhm.
is just that I have been streaming for a while. I have been streaming since 2023, and I have as well, like in regards specifically to like the thing that I talked about earlier. Like I did have a streaming audience back in 2023, back whenever I streamed on Twitch. I
Mhm.
have 10K on Twitch, and I was running like 200, 250 CCV on Twitch back in the day. I did take a break after that, and then after I
Damn.
came back, I started streaming to Kick, and then the last, I think it was like, I said 6 earlier, but it was more like 4.5 or 5. I
Mhm.
have been streaming to Kick semi-regularly, under the community stream distinction. Basically, you cannot make any money off of DGG. And then I did that for
No.
a while until I was approached, not even by like head moderation or anyone. I was approached by like a community manager person basically saying like, hey, this is something that we're thinking about doing.
Mm.
Do you want to do this? And that was like the whole business shit. And then I accepted that. And then about 20 or so days after that business deal was made, I kind of figured out that, oh shit, oops, kind of seems like Destiny's like way less aware of this than apparently, I don't know.
No,
So
he's just trust me.
a bit hands
He's
off whenever it comes to the community. And I understand that.
oh
Like
yeah,
he's got a lot of shit
super
going on. He
hands
can't
off,
be
yeah.
100% tapped in, but yeah.
No, he's super hands off, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, this is also why he says that, you know, he would leave a lot up to the community members who has been there because they know the chat best, right? This is why he was asking for your opinion, because he legitimately doesn't know what opinion to have because he knows that you've been there for a very long time. That's why. Okay. I see. Do you, by the way, and this is unrelated, and you don't have to answer me. That's okay. But because I've heard it multiple times, and because you know, I don't want to get any kind of misinformation from other people, I guess. So I kind of want to hear like your side of it. What is you called out Darius for something regarding Merc? What is that whole situation about? Can you tell me? Or it's okay if you like hold your silence. Like that's okay. I won't take that as like guilt or anything.
So basically, that was just myself like exposing a bit of a double standard whenever it comes to the whole Darius kind of tweaking about the time slot thing. He was saying that the reason he's been so hard on the time slot stuff is because I have mentioned it as a joke a lot on my stream. And then because that joke has kind of propagated now into reality by the chatters that took it way too seriously and then kind of like rage baited the fuck out of him on his stream, he now does not see it as
what
much
is the
of a
rage
joke.
bait? What is the specific joke?
So the joke around the time slots is basically just that like I, as a joke on my stream, I was saying like, oh, careful, Darius, you know, like you don't want me to go live because I'm gonna fucking take all your viewers, man. I don't go live when he's live unless he is streaming late into the night, and then it's kind of like gotten to the point where it's like, okay, it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. If I don't stream, I'm gonna have a super short stream. I'm gonna have to make up for it tomorrow. It's gonna be annoying. So I click the button, I go live, and then I do my shit. That being said, though, I make a conscious effort to not try to step on his toes too much because I understand that a lot of his viewership comes from DGG, and I don't really want to take that from him as much as I possibly can. But the joke with the time slots is just like me kind of fucking around. But he got mad at me fucking around, and then like a lot of people obviously took my joke seriously, started like saying that I was snarking him and shit, and it's not the case. And we've had the conversation as well offline. Like he understands this. That being said, though.
Well, that seemed to
A
be
lot
a
of the
personal
time-
call out, to be fair, like when you mentioned that stuff, right?
Yeah, well, it was like it was just like the double standard thing. It's like you can't really hold me responsible for like DGers like taking shit seriously whenever I still have to like face backlash literally 3 years later at this point about the shit that you joke about like
Oh
Merc,
yeah,
saying I fucking
I
raped
get
her on
that.
his stream.
You don't have to
Yeah,
tell me
like,
twice
obviously
about
I
shit like that. Yeah.
yeah, like I still have to deal with this shit on a fucking like daily, if like
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
at least daily basis whenever it comes
Yep.
to the Merc stuff. And people meme the shit out of it. And there's a lot of people, of course, they see the meme. They don't think it's a meme. They're
What
like,
is
oh, it's
what's
actually
the
the rapist
actual
guy.
what is the actual Merc shit like? or is there a video you can direct me to that I can watch? Because I understand, because for example, I wouldn't be like fucking explaining the lolly shit for the 50,000th time, right? There is videos out there that I would just direct people to watch whenever I need to explain the situation. What for you, is there a video like that, or can you just tell me, or you can tell me in private as well if you would like.
I do have. Actually, I literally wrote up a whole document on this.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it released or?
Yep.
Oh, it's out there. Okay. Is there a video covering it? Because I'm lazy.
I don't think that there is, but essentially, like the short form is that uh, everything that she said essentially in her Twit
Hmm.
longer thing was a lie. Essentially, we had a hookup in Montreal back in 2023.
Mhm.
It was a fully consensual hookup in which there were like multiple instances of enthusiastic consent. Neither of us were drunk enough to the point where there was any concern about the alcohol
Sure.
inhibiting either of our consent.
Okay.
On top of this, it was like a great night, and we both had a great time.
Okay. Great.
I think I caught her off of like her manic episodes, and I think I was
Uh-huh.
like talking to pretty normal Merc, which was I had like a fine night.
Yeah,
The
that's great.
big controversy, however, was that
Hmm.
she had asked me to come inside her, and I complied.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yes,
Okay.
and then
Huh.
basically after this, she started being like extremely clingy to me after this
Oh.
whole situation, after this hookup, because she would not. She did like the classic thing where you know how like sometimes people will always say over and over again like, oh, I'd never be in a relationship with you, you're just like, you're too young, you're too
You're like a
short, and they will never shut the
brother.
fuck up about it. Yeah, and they'll
Yeah.
never shut the fuck up about this, and then you're like, yeah, that's fine, I don't really want one, and then they
Hmm.
kind of feel
Yeah.
slighted by this because you're not like chasing them. Yeah,
Yeah.
so like
You're
this is
you're not
exactly
so
the
so to
case
be very clear,
here.
you're not interested in her for the relationship, but she was chasing you.
Correct. Correct, yes. And there's
Okay.
nothing
Gotcha.
in any of my logs or any of my communications that ever suggested that I was looking for a relationship with this person. And anytime
Hmm.
she said that she didn't want a relationship, I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Okay. I
But
see.
then essentially she was extremely clingy, would like
Mm.
go way over the top whenever it came to like communicating with me. And
Hmm.
then just like obvious subtle hints that she wanted a relationship that I just didn't want because
Of
it
course.
was
Yeah.
long term. She's way older than me, and for all the reasons
Yeah.
that she listed, like I don't,
Sure.
I'm not
Yeah.
not into it.
Hmm.
But then I missed a phone call from her, I think when she was in like a super shitty mental space at like fucking God, it was like 5 in the morning or some bullshit.
Oh
And then
no. Mm.
I woke up the next day to all of my socials blocked on every single platform. She had blocked
Oh
my number,
shit.
she'd blocked my Instagram, blocked my number, like everything was
No.
blocked. I had no communication with her. And then I received
Hmm.
a DM from somebody that was like a mutual friend. She's like, this guy's like, hey, what'd you do to Merc? Apparently she's talking about like posting a twit longer about you on her Twitter.
What?
And I'm like, well, okay. So I like text her because this was before my number's blocked. She
This.
blocked my number afterwards, but
Uh-huh.
before my number was blocked, I said, hey, I hear there's something about a twit longer.
Hmm.
What's going on with this? And then she's like starts like sad posting like you blocked me, or like you did ignored me when I needed you the most, et cetera,
Oh
et
my
cetera.
god.
Uh, and I was like, dude, I was sleeping. She's like, yeah, right. Bullshit, you were sleeping. And then I think I sent her like my iPhone sleep charts,
Oh my
showing that I was in
god.
bed at this time.
Bruh. That's
Super autistic,
crazy.
but yeah,
Yeah,
like I was
but
sleeping. I wasn't ignoring her. It was like 5 in the morning, dude. Like I don't know what you want me to say there. But yeah, she at this point, right? She goes basically full nuclear, and then posts what are essentially rape allegations on her Twitter, alleges me of rape. And this is also, by the way, like
Jesus
months down the line
Christ.
from the hookup. So she has
Uh-huh.
also very publicly said a lot of things about this hookup as
Mm,
well. Right after this, like
I
leading up to,
see.
and then right after this twit longer. So then she
Hmm.
goes, and this is like the most damning piece of evidence that I have against her. She goes on an Amaranth stream, because
Oh
I
my
guess Amaranth
god.
wanted to know about this for some reason.
What?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and by
What?
the way,
That's weird. Okay. Yeah.
This twit longer, by the way, received
Hmm.
like I think it was almost 3 million views before it ended up
Oh
getting.
my. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like a
Jesus
big thing.
Christ.
Destiny actually, I think Destiny covered it whenever it went, whenever it was live, because she was
Mhm.
like an orbiter at that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like a super fucked thing to do. And then
Mhm.
she went on Amaranth's stream and just admitted that she'd asked me to do what I did. Just to everyone. Just straight up said like, yeah, I asked him to do it.
That's
Just completely invalidating the entire Twitlonger and the entire like fucking paragraphs
wow.
upon paragraphs that she'd written about this. And
So
all
you're
that.
saying that her contradicting her own Twitlonger is public. Is
Yes, I have
out
the
there.
clip I sent you now.
Oh, sure. You don't have to send me the clip. Oh, well, you should send it to me anyway. Okay, but like, but can you also send me a link to the Twitlonger? So then, like, that dichotomy can be drawn. I guess, like the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is fucking insane. Have you? I'm assuming DG doesn't bother you much over this anymore, but I'm assuming maybe other spaces still bother you. Maybe.
They do, for sure. Like, they
Oh.
do bother me about it, but they
Okay.
bother
Okay.
me about it in the sense that, like, how do I explain this?
Is this just low key
So they
jokes type
bother me
shit?
they bother me about it as a joke,
Yeah.
yes.
Makes sense.
However, they bother me about it in a way where, like, if you see it and you don't really
Mm.
understand the context of the joke, or you're like new to the community, or you don't know everything about
Mm.
it, you can
Mhm.
very easily see something like that and be like, oh shit, like this dude's actually just
Mm.
a rapist and he actually just like raped this girl.
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, that's the tough part about it.
Yeah. Yes, that's the same thing with the lolly shit. So I understand. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. Thank you for telling me. I really do appreciate that. Again, like it's never really. And by the way, like even if you're 100% guilty or anything like that, just so you know, like as someone who has talked with people, who has done crazy shit in the past, and as someone who has like said crazy shit in the past and still held accountable for it today because everyone keeps on bringing it up, and also with people who are like trying to lightly rib me about it and jokes about it and whatever. I understand where you're coming from. So yeah, I'm not gonna use this against you. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. So I
Okay.
sent you that video. So this video doesn't work in the embed for some reason, but if you just right
Uh-huh.
click, copy link, and then paste it in a browser, it should go to Imgur like it's supposed to.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. And you're also gonna send me the link to the Twitlonger, right?
Yeah, I've got everything saved. I've just got to find the big document that I wrote
Okay.
a while
I
back.
see. And now Merc is out of orbit, and is how is she now? She's kind of is she a snarker now? Is that what's happened? Because last time I checked, she was a snarker now, right? Or is that wrong?
To be quite honest, I don't really know how she feels. These days, the best thing that I really have for you is that like
Mhm.
she's doing a pretty good job about not bringing it up too much, and it's
Okay.
why like I kind of
Great.
try not to as well. Is just because like every time it kind of gets
Yeah.
unearthed, as I'm sure you're
Yeah.
aware, like it kind of
Oh,
it,
I'm
it's
sorry.
the
You should have told me
same
that because
cycle
I
over
don't.
and over again, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're comfortable talking about it now, right, on my stream, even though Merc may see it, right? Like that is.
Yep.
Hopefully nothing will happen out of that because I think that this is not trying to
Yeah, no,
instigate
no,
some
no.
drama. This is like
That's
explaining something that has already happened, right? Okay. All right. I don't want to.
exactly. Yep.
I don't want anything to happen like that. Okay.
Well, the thing is like these days I'm okay talking about it, but
Uh-huh.
I don't like doing the whole like prescriptions thing, like what should happen to this person or like how should people feel about it. At
No,
this
I'm
point,
not
I'm
gonna do
just
that.
listen, like yeah, like look if anyone's bugging me about it to like a certain extent, I just all the information
Mhm.
already exists out there.
Of
You
course.
can arrive at your own conclusion about it super easily, and then if like you're
Yeah.
not arriving to the conclusion that like is super obvious, then I just know you're
Mhm.
not really there in good faith, and I don't really want to like bother bugging you about it too much.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I see you. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. What a crazy thing you just laid out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
But
so I
yeah.
link
Mhm.
there is the whole thing. Everything is hyperlinked. It's got like exhibits. Every single purple link is something that you can click. And it's got screenshots and evidence and pretty much everything that you would possibly need.
Holy crap. Yeah, no, it always sucks whenever you're forced to write up one of these things. I've wrote up one of these things before, but it was really, really bad. So yeah, I get it. No, this is like, yeah, okay. All right, I got you. Yeah, thanks for telling me, okay? I appreciate it. Yeah. Even though you didn't need to, and you could have just told me in private, but you know.
That's all
Yeah.
good. I don't mind yapping about it.
Okay. All right. Wait, you don't mind if this mixes into the video, do you?
No, I would use it. Go ahead. I don't care.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I think you look good. So, I mean, like you seem down to earth
Yeah, I
and
have
chill about it. So it's like
I
you
have no
don't
doubts
come
that
off as
people will come
unhinged.
to the same
Okay.
conclusion. People came to
All
the
right.
right conclusion years ago before I even put this together.
Mhm.
Like this is extremely damning. Like there's nothing. If there's any way that you walk away with this thinking that I'm a fucking rapist, I mean, like there's already.
Well, there's no saving me in the first place, right? Like I feel like if I determined if I was an unhinged snarker or something and I determined you to be like a rapist, I would be like, okay, well, no piece of evidence you show me would ever vindicate you, right? Yeah, I wouldn't be asking questions in the first place. I would have just taken what somebody has said immediately,
Yeah.
right? I
Well,
don't know.
funnily enough, I had a conversation just like that today.
Wait. Someone said, so what are you doing about DG chat? We didn't resolve this. Well, the answer to that is that there is no answer, right? PRSEK, that there is no answer.
The answer
Like,
is
right
that
now
right
it's just
now we are
chaos.
maximally breaking the chat to see what works and then what doesn't,
Oh
and
my
then what people
God.
get mad at, and then why exactly we're doing what we're doing. And then after everything is maximally broken, we will probably pick people to use the chat and then go from there. And then a lot of people are going to get really mad for a while, but that's just what it is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all the questions I have. Is there any remaining comments or you Gucci?
I don't think so. No. If there's nothing else, yeah, I'll probably just spin her up. I'm good to go.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Enjoy your night. If you're streaming, good luck with stream. And yeah, good night. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye. That guy was once my enemy. Isn't that crazy? Whoa. Loki type shit. Very both sides of you. Well, you have to keep in mind. You have to keep in mind that I don't. Wait, what did I do? I feel like I did like what I would naturally do if someone wasn't screaming at me. I feel like I would only spurg out at someone if they were like spurging out at me. No, once an enemy, now a friend of me. It's complicated. Not friendly. Okay, when it comes to deeds, like she is an actual friend. Okay, she is not just friendly. She is an actual friend. Okay. Yeah, just so you know, like I'm not invested either way with what happens to DG chat. Like I'm just not. Like if I try to instigate shit, it's because I like fun. Okay, I like drama, I like fun. But like, well, I'm not even instigating shit, so it's like okay. But again, the reason why I'm not invested is because my embed isn't there anymore. For whatever reason, I'm sure it's not a bug. It's probably because there's not enough people in DG chat to actually watch my stream, who are interested in watching my stream. Because everybody who are from DG who watches my streams are actually people in which Destiny rated in, and they are already Kick and YouTube watchers who are naturally going to gravitate towards surfing Kick and YouTube, who are naturally going to like click on my stream because they're surfing Twitch, Kick and YouTube, right? Makes sense. So that is where my audience comes from. If my embed is ever up on DG chat as like the top two, as one of the top two, I always take it as a blessing and never as a promise, basically. Like I always go like, oh, cool. I guess for that day I have DG chat's attention for once in a blue moon. Yeah. So sometimes that happens.